Hello, you guys. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? How are you guys? Gives Ultra the Canadian God King of Gotcha Guy a donut. Okay, why not? Why not? How are you guys doing? I haven't realized that talking might be a little weird because my whole tooth situation. I'm gonna be working today. On God. Hello, Chaos. Hello, Captain Iron Mask. How are you doing? I gotta put on my socks. Give me a second. Hello to Tornado. Hello, Alter. Hello, Stargazer. Hello, Debunked. Hello, Reina. Vertical streaming. Yeah, YouTube says, like, they're supposedly supporting it, pushing live streams or channels that vertical stream or whatever. So, by default, probably, I will be doing a vertical. Wow, hi, Stargazer. I know, I'm surprised. The nastiest thing happened. I have stitches in my mouth, and this morning, one of the stitches came out, like, came loose. And it was just like a piece of string, like, just in my gum, so I had to clip off the string. It was really gross. Doing alright, just listen to music. How are you? I'm doing okay. Let me pop out my chat. I'm doing all right, all things considered. I'm a bit overwhelmed because I had to take a week off. I feel like I'm a little behind on work, but, you know, we'll get there. Everything good? For the most part, Jace Ace. How are you doing? You've been on your best behavior here lately, and I'm really proud of you. Wait a second. Chat has been called into Chaos's office in the streamer's office room. Exactly, Reina. Exactly. We're here working today. We are here and working. I can't wait. Ouch, I know. It's very uncomfortable because now I think I clipped it a little too short because now the threads are sticking out and stabbing my my tongue every time I move my tongue around. So it's not a very pleasant situation, to say the least. Been doing fine. That's great to hear. I heard you had a little sickness. So I wonder how that's doing. Alright, moving all my stuff around. Give me a second. I'll switch it over to the working part of the stream in a second. Good luck with everything, KOZ. Thank you. Thank you, Captain Iron Mask. I appreciate it. Like I said, I gotta put on my socks. I got my tea right here. We're doing good. We are chilling. I'm super proud of Jace, too. I know, look at him. He's doing so good. Jace, do you feel better mentally? All things considered, kind of like acknowledging when you're having the emotional tsunamis and stuff like that? Because I know, like, once I realize, like, sometimes my notions are just a little bit out of control, it helps me. I'm feeling fine, just overate. That's real and true. I try not to overeat myself personally, because it makes me sick to my stomach in the absolute worst way possible. Alright, let's see if I can get up my chat here. But other than that, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Put that there. Alright, put this here. Sorry, I wasn't entirely perfectly prepared. But alas. Let's see. Don't know why I'm here. Why is that, Alter? Why do you not know why you're here? I put that there. Put this here. Okay. Nice. Alright, good to go. Hold on, I just gotta put on my other sock. Being perfectly prepared. Don't forget to like the stream. Don't forget to like the stream, you guys. I always forget to do that. Alright, move that here. Move that there. I was working on photography today. I don't know how good the photography turned out. I'm not gonna lie. But I'll make it work. I will make it work. Put that there. Exit here. Alright. Where is it? Close to it. Always ready. That was a saying in the military. They're like, always ready. Yeah, I was taking some product photography today, so I'm gonna be editing some of that. Just a nice little casual stream of, just working. Discord pin? I thought I did it already. Pin message today. What should I pin? I'll pin my store. Since, it looks good for... whatever. How long have you been live for? I've been live for probably 5 minutes. Maybe. So you just got here. How are you doing, acrylic paint? Acrylic paint, that's so funny. Poppy. Sorry, I just got out of the shower. Hell yeah. How was your shower? Check out my merch here! Exclamation. There we go. We gotta look good for taxes season, you guys. Like, at any time, I need to make sure my channel looks like I'm promoting my business, which is, you know, really what I do. But things like this really, really make it look better. You know what I mean? Like the stream, but not the river. Yeah, F the river. It is kind of hot. That's the only issue. Alright, let me fix my blanket. Have I streamed since, like, my tooth thingy? I don't think I have. I don't think I have. Healing's been going pretty good, all things considered. Best March in the world. Oh, merch in the world. Okay. Alright. I think I am good to go. Let me put this here. I've been doing the editing on Lightroom on my iPad, but I noticed my iPad is, well, I'm gonna grab my towel. Even though it's like the M4 iPad, it like takes a minute to delay whenever I erase some of my stuff, and so if I do it on my computer, it's way faster. Put this on all messages. There we go. ILY was good, but my mom shouted at me for getting hair so late. That's interesting. Okay, pin that. Alright, we are good to go. Good to go. Now when I tap on this, then pop up. So let me move this right here. Put this right here. This back. Alright, put it there. And get up my tablet. So I'm gonna be editing product photos. If you guys don't know, I'm taking my product photos. And today's product photos, they didn't turn out as good as they could have. But, I mean, what can you do? Some days you're just gonna have really good photography, and other days you're not. Okay, I think you can... let me move the chat above my head, since over here is kind of where France. Where it is. Look at my KOs go! Look at me go! I'm such a good worker. Right. Oh, France. I'm just tapping on everything. Chat, what size beef over rice you guys eat? A small. I'm on a diet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what is this? What is going on? Oh no. Am I still here? What the hell? Uh-oh. My OBS froze. No, my entire computer froze. What the? Did I select something? Oh, there we go. Now we're back. Okay, that was really weird. Everything froze for a second. Do you do your own merch photography? I do, actually. Hello, Adam. How are you doing? I do. I posted actually a photo of my camera today. I use a Sony Alpha 7C2 is my merch photography. You're doing good? That's good to hear. I've always done my own photography. I like photography, but it's just tedious. So I changed up my style. I used to have a different style of photography. I wonder if I can show it real quick. As you can see, I've been taking photos like crazy lately. I don't even know if I still have it on here. I probably deleted it. Yeah, for the most part. It used to look kind of like this, where it was just really, really plain. Whoops, there we go. And it was just like a background, which it doesn't look bad or whatever, and especially for that specific Miku. But it just looked kind of plain. Like, here's a good example of how I used to do my old photography. It like doesn't look bad. It looks colorful, but I do like the new style that I'm doing better. Who wants to hear a fun thing that happened to me? Why not? Gluten-free acrylic, why not? So now I'm editing all these photos, hoping they can be salvaged. Because, you know how it is. Why is my mouse moving so slow? Do you guys see how draggy this is? Give me a second. Just a random student, how are you doing? I hope this is not going to be a reoccurring theme. Take this, 4 5, zoom in. Okay, so I can't zoom in like that. That's good to know. I guess I'll just shape it. Wow, why is everything so slow? That is not gonna do. Huh. Alright, give me a second. I don't know what's getting my computer so slow. And because I'm having a Mac, I can't technically tell where everything is. I got online class about an hour waiting here in the meantime. That's fair, that's fair. Alright, let's try this. Alright, that's a little better. Okay, that's so funny. Once I moved the little things on my desktop, I can see better. They look great. I'm looking to take better photos of my products. I definitely don't have the budget for a fancy camera. Yeah, the fancy camera really carries. I'm not gonna lie. I used to just use my iPhone, but as you can see, if you guys see me look up at the screen, it's because I can see my photography better because I have a second window, so I can see it from far away. Mac moment. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have like a task manager that shows you like what's using what. I love the trigger warning. It's so funny that kids these days put trigger warnings on everything. I threw up in Spanish in front of my whole class and all saw me because I sit next to front and I wailed out an absolute dead silence and threw up more in the hallway. Hell yeah. I never threw up in school. I must have chatted like that. I got a 4-day weekend. Everyone seems like they're sick. I know Jace the Ace is also sick as well. Okay. Oh, fuck. What the? Oh, I pressed it. Sorry. Alright, let's try that. I think that looks pretty good. But yeah, this, the funniest thing is I did not... Okay, let me rotate. I did not use this camera for the longest time, even though I had it, until recently. Alright, I want to hit enter for that. There we go. I need to move my keyboard over here. Let me zoom in. I put a trigger warning because I have entomenophobia and it's horrifying getting triggered. That's very interesting. A human behavior that every human has done at one point is triggering for you. That's very interesting. I think, maybe some triggers you should, do exposure therapy for. Let me move myself a little bit more. You know, because it's kind of like for a while, people were trying to put trigger warnings on food-related topics. And I think that's also, incredibly unproductive and unhealthy. Considering we all need food to eat and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Here, put that over there. Put that back here. Alright, now get back to my image. Irrational fear. Well, if you know anything about therapy, the best way to overcome irrational therapies is to... Sorry, I'm still moving all my stuff around. I usually do Lightroom on my iPad. Is to have exposure therapy and DBT. Like, scientifically speaking, DBT is going to be your best bet when it comes to overcoming irrational trauma, such as throwing up. Hello, sweet goddess, how are you doing? Dark Virus, you were so fucking funny. You're like, on God, Tasato, never speak to me again. Uh-oh, there we go. Oh, it doesn't do that? This is so annoying. Alright, whatever. Whatever. Oh, it's resizing it. That's the issue. And then you're like, hi Tasato, watching your stream. Misinphonia trigger warning, I yawn. You know what I mean? I've seen people do trigger warnings for hands. Exactly. And I think as we continue to encourage that behavior, as if we should actually trigger warn these things, the more toxic it's going to be. France, I'm just trying to fucking move my... I'm trying to move my... There we go. This is a nightmare so far. I'm cleaning up all this debris because, like, when I take the photos, it's really high definition, and it kind of sucks. It's cool because it looks good, but it captures every particle of dust I take. Did he just tell you what? Did he tell you what he did, by the way? The whole cheesecake thing? Because I kind of get it, and I kind of don't, if that's what you're talking about. But as far as new information outside of that, I don't think so. Put that down. Where can I scroll? You see where the France is my scroll bar? Oh my god. Because it's doing this to scroll, and why on earth would I want... Let me see if I can fix this. I want cheesecake. Cheesecake is nice. Edit. Okay, it's not showing my things. Adobe Lightroom. Preferences. Let me not show this for a second. Thank God it didn't show anything. Give me a second. Trigger warning, I opened my fridge. You know what I mean? I think we should, you know, not really worry about trigger warning literally everything. Interface. Disable shortcuts, accessibility mode. Text size, panel tricks, performance. Use graphic processors. Okay, cancel. Alright, well that didn't really work. I guess... How the France am I supposed to... Okay, hold on. In small amounts, it's great. Cheesecake? Let me see. Trigger warning, blue raspberry furry fox girl on stream. Exactly, exactly. Alright, let me fucking see if I can figure this out real quick. On Lightroom, how to turn off scrolling in to make the cursor bigger, and instead use touchpad to move the image around. Gotta love products. Yeah, cheesecake, I see. Howdy, Chippy the Wizard. Hope you're doing well. How are you doing, Chippy the Wizard? And Dark Virus, I love how you never confirmed if that's what you were talking about. Cheesecake and grates is large amounts, exactly. I'm not in Lightroom. I'm in Adobe or Lightroom. I'm in Adobe Lightroom. Not classic. I wonder what the difference is. Gonna have some tea. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what's going on with stuff in my life. What is that? Feel free to let us know. We can help you. Wait, what? The door rang and the dog barked. Oh, you said, do you know what he did, by the way? And I said, was it the cheesecake thing? And you never confirmed. You never confirmed. The Z tool. Lightroom zooms in when the Z tool is active or you're hovering with zoom mode. How to make your trackpad move with the image instead. Switch to hand tool. Press H. There's no way I'm gonna have to frickin' press H every single time I want to move the image. God, I hate everything. Let me see. Alright, well, that certainly is not it. We're just gonna have to we're gonna have to just struggle out here. OPSEC stuff! Oh, drama. I love it when people are like, guys, you wouldn't believe what I'm doing! And we're like, what? And then they're like, OPSEC. Alter does this all the time, too. See, like, where the Let me check H. This is stupid. Okay, I mean, I guess it kind of worked. Yeah, cheesecake thing, not sure if he told you what happened. You know the situation you were seething about. It was similar to that. Aww. Maybe. I thought that was possibly a miscommunication, though. All things considered. It's like, you know, like, Tesato's an idiot. Evening. Hello, you annoying poet. How are you doing? How are you doing? The dog? Oh my god, Dark Virus, are you a dad? Final boss. Yeah, he is a dad, actually. Genuinely, if someone trapped me in a prison and walls were made of cheesecake, I'd eat my way out in 10 seconds. Hell yeah. Like, why can I, like, you see how I keep moving you can see my cursor. I keep trying to move it to scroll the image up and down, but whatever. Actually, let me use my brain. Let me switch to hand. I'll just keep it like this zoomed out. Now switch to unhand. God, this is so stupid. I love working. Crying emoji, says Tesato. I saw you streaming today, Sato. You're doing a great job. Ugh. Man, Z. God, this is so annoying. It's more annoying, but alas, like, what can you do? Oh god, we're freaking so good. So you guys see, I have about 250 charms, and do you see how long it takes to edit each and every single image? I'm not even done with a single one yet. No, it was not miscommunication, but Tesato did something super unbecoming. He deleted messages and his messages. Tesato. That is a offense worthy of the death penalty. I will say, like, that's also another thing, Dark Virus, like, I privated that Pinkie Pie video because so many fucking people were doing that. I don't know why they, like, allow that on YouTube, where it's like, they would try and argue with me, I would argue back, and then they would go back and change their message. And I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking do this. Like, I'm not gonna do this. I want Discord, why don't you get one? Is there a reason why you can't? Alright, get out of here, boy. And so it's like, as soon as like these kids start fucking changing their argument, I'm like, oh, I'm not in the mood for this. Yeah, that video, was rather obnoxious. Is your jaw feeling better? It's feeling alright. The weirdest thing is my cheek feels very, very tight. And I wonder if it's because I use some of my cheek, blush to help the hole in my mouth. So, but, supposedly that's supposed to be feeling better here soon. And then on the 24th, I have a larynxoscopy, however the France you say it. Laryngoscopy, whatever. It's basically where they go down your throat with a microfiber camera and check to see how my vocal cords are doing. So you know, I take my DMs very serious. I don't take DMs from a lot of people unless they trust them no matter what happens here in public service. It's different when you're DM me. And I wanted to correct them for miscommunication since I realized the issue afterwards. That way my intent was clear. I know, but like you should, if it's like so far ago, you shouldn't have edited it. You know what I mean? Like that's why like 9 times out of 10 when I'm editing my messages, I just put the asterisk. Because that does kind of like make it a little better. But I will say at least Dark Virus is communicating, all things considered. He said no. He said no. Alright, I'm a little confused about what the no entails. I did it the morning after. It was not that chaos. He edited it on purpose. I could see that. I know what you mean. I could definitely see that. Why the France do I just not have a scroll to like move up the image? This is ridiculous. See, I have to zoom out and then move it like this. This is stupid. Whatever. Okay, so why is there a Gooner keychain in your shop? Because I'm a Gooner. Next question. But which one do you think is the Gooner? Because I have a couple of them. I have quite literally a character from a hentai. I'm pro Gooner around here. I have to respect my elders, you know? Anime started pretty much as just gooning. I gotta pay homage to that, you know? And honestly, nowadays, anything Azure Lane, which I have a lot of Azure Lane characters, is unintentionally gooning. Because the game is so, goon-friendly. I hate this fucking not scroll. This is so stupid. I asked Asado, did you get the plushie? I was super excited because you had mentioned it, and I was excited he was getting it for you. So I asked him, did you get it? And he said, nah. That was never the plan. Asado. You got some explaining to do here. You got some explaining to do. That was never the plan. Plan for Valentine's Day. Hello, Girth Demon. How are you doing? I'm suffering with this editing tool. What the France? Alright, let's make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Put there. Put that here. I wonder if Mixed Latte will show up in stream. It's easier to talk to people in stream because, like, I can kind of maintain a semblance of a thought. But when I'm in the Discord, you can see my thumbprint right here. That's kind of funny. But when I'm in the Discord, like, I am talking, and for some reason I'll just lose my train of thought while I'm talking. And then it's so over. So like an idiot, I'll order the plushie since I just wanted you to have it. I didn't care who got it, but he wanted to gotcha me. I will say that does kind of sound uncharacteristic of Tasato. Tasato, where's your defense? Where is your defense here? Oh, every time I zoom in, that's why. Okay. We're trying out here. We're trying. Okay, let's... Like, why is it all the way over here? You know what I mean? Like, why are we all the way over here? Okay, no, I don't want it crop. There we go. See, like, now it works. But that's not because I'm doing this. I don't want the brush to increase when I zoom in. In what sense? I don't care about generative AI. Leave me alone. Alright, well, whatever. Guys, help me figure out what to cosplay. I have a con in 4 months and I already have a Miku wig. I want to cosplay again. I've been kind of in the mood for it. I think it'd motivate me to, like, exercise. Ever since I was dealing with this, like, hip injury, it's been really hard for me to, exercise. Let me switch the fucking hand. Alright, I'm gonna zoom in. Now switch off hand. Alright, I think we're good here. Alright, we're good. I think that's good, all things considered. Let me check. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's very debatable who you ask. If it was in the public Discord, would have been fine, but you DM'd me specifically. And made it seem like you forgot Valentine's Day. I had asked Dark, since he's good at event planning and stuff, since that's his thing, I had hypothetically forgotten. If I had hypothetically forgotten to get you a present or do anything, that'd be a good last minute gift. Because I wanted to do more for the day, but didn't have any time, really. I'm not buying it. Not gonna lie, I'm not buying it. That doesn't sound like, reasonable, all things considered. Alright, let me do a little bit more. Right here. Alright, we are good to fucking go. Fuck this image. Alright, back to this one. As far as color-wise, I think this looks pretty good. Now, see, the only problem is I kind of messed up the photo on this one. Oh, I don't know if I can fix it. You can kind of see right here. Look at my mad fingerprints. I don't know if I can fix it. Worst case, I'll just retake it. But I will say, Dark Virus, if you do have the screenshots, you know, we'll see who's telling the truth here. Okay, why is it so laggy all of a sudden? What the heliante is going on here? What the heliante? He's lying? All he has to say is sorry. Anyway, it's over. Is that a Blue Archive character? It is! It's Mootski from Blue Archive. I drew her as a charm, and she's one of my favorite, like, the art characters. Like, the characters, like, her artwork is what I mean to say. So yes, I am drawing Mootski right now. I think I did really good on her. All things considered. You might be used to having someone active in your brain, which is why you talk easier when half distracted, like streaming and driving, or when on Discord there's not enough stimulus to focus. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. And I will say, like, having a visual reminder in chat, oh, I can kind of get rid of it, is helpful. Where I can be like, okay, what was I just saying? I kind of look over to chat, you know what I mean? Do you have a Starlight Glimmer? Who the France is Starlight Glimmer? Is that a pony? I have a Sunset Shimmer. Command Z. Alright, put that there. Sometimes when it fixes it, it does not fix it well. Alright, ugly. It just does fuck all sometimes. Nope, I don't want that there. Mootski is in Mahjong Soul. I'd like to see what she looks like there. Because that'd be kind of cute. Why do you not know Starlight Glimmer? Because I'm... What? Of course, I don't know every character in the world. Who the heck is that? Listen here, I'm Unk. I'm Unk and Chopped. Do you really think I know every little character in the world? Starlight Glimmer is indeed My Little Pony. That's what I thought. Is she the one who's purple with, like, greenish hair? I don't remember, though. I am a fake My Little Pony fan. You got me. I'm a Generation 3 lover. You know what I mean? Mootski is a current character. Yeah, right now is the current character is Mootski. Put that there, put that here, put that here. I don't remember what it was, Debunk, but it was really funny the other day where I was trying to say something. Oh, it was the stream when I was going over my keychains and, like, you were remembering all their names. Alright, this does not look the best as far as my fingerprint goes, but what can you do? What can you do? Sent LOL, wouldn't believe it, I hadn't screenshot it. Alright, I'll check it in a little bit. There, put it there. Pump my broke. I just found the maid keychains. I have quite a few. I have Nekopara, I have Rem and Ram from whatever that series was called. I have Belfast from Azure Lane in a maid outfit. I don't know what else I have. Naked eye won't be able to tell. That's what I'm saying, like, especially zoomed, like, farther back. You know? Alright, I still can't zoom in, so whatever. Or zoom out, rather. Without pressing a button. I will say, this is like the moment where I should probably hotkey these buttons so I can... How long do you think that would take me? Just hotkey that away. Let me get up my thing in a second. Maybe it won't take too long. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Because this is really obnoxious to... hit so many buttons. I like your recent Miku one. His color scheme is brilliant. The Miku Expo one? And thank you. It was, of course, based on the main visual for Miku Expo. But I will say, I didn't like it at first, and then it grew on me. It grew on me for sure. But yeah, I will say, like, Tasato in these situations, I don't know if you're here. I'm assuming. It's just, like, I don't know, I think this is, like, you being a man. It's just, like, all you really have to do is just apologize. But like, it's like pulling teeth with you when it comes to apologizing. I've noticed. Ooh. It sucks because a few of these, oh god. I actually got a piece of hair on it. I don't know if it can be saved. Like, yo, Kyoko and Mommy. Yeah, I have those I have to edit today, actually. If I get to it. I have, them in all, like, kimono outfits. Not there, but here, but here, but here. See, this is kind of fun. If just the software was a little bit more... Because I'm using a, an external trackpad. That's how I'm zooming in. And it's like, if I could just move it around like I normally can. Like in Clip Studio Paint, which I also have, I might work on my VTuber model a little bit if I'm feeling up for it. I also have that open. But I can just move I can move the canvas around just fine with that one. Yeah, we're doing good, 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 good. I don't know if that's a button. Get rid of that. Still cool to look at. Thank you. Alright, put that there. Put that here. Yeah, you can see a piece of like fuzz going across. Nice. But yeah, I'm looking at the zoomed out image on my screen and it definitely looks like fine. Alright, put you there, put you here. Alright. I don't like that. Okay, zoom in. Control Z. Control Z. Control Z, there we go. Good to go. Alright. Zoom out. H for hand. Zoom in. Turn off H. Easy clap. We've got this. We've got this. I tried to apologize, but he blocked me. In fact, it was when I was trying to send it to him that I learned he blocked me. That is very, that's a very dark virus coded. Immediately blocked. You know? That sounds just like him. Let me see if I can actually modify my Wacom thingy. Move that right there. Pro Pen or Adobe Lightroom. Let's make the right click. What is this one? The first one? We'll make that one H. Give me a second. How do I do this again? Right click, right click. How do I don't want it to right click. Keyboard. H. Keyboard shortcut H. Okay, whatever. Drag. Alright, and then this one will be... I got Figma Suisse yesterday along with Figa Miko. Okay, did your Suisse have the broken joint issue? Like the messed up joints? Because mine did, and I still need to contact Good Smile Company in order to get my replacement. Because that was actually ridiculous. Alright, and I'll make this one undo. Alright, let's see if this works now. Okay, back to this. Okay, why is this massive? Domain expansion, infinite block button. You know what I mean? It's giving dark virus /JCAs. Alright, that did not work. Okay, actually kind of did. No. Oh. This is not what I... Okay. Whatever, whatever. Where's my thing now? Why is everything freezing up? Shout out to my Mac Studio, useless. It didn't buy live just in case it's arguing sparking. That's really smart. I was thinking about doing that too, because like everyone's talking about how that's like such a huge issue. Alright, this is hilarious. It's just now is not, allowing me to do this. I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time. I was gonna get Suisse Figma, but I had heard about the joint thing. It's a really cute Figma, all things considered. Why can I not even... Let me just switch images real quick. What the hell is going on here? Why is... Alright, let's try this. Hello, Gorv, how you doing? Just dropping by to wish you good luck with the stream. I can't stay since I have school later today. That's fair. Alright, we're going back to default. We'll take this and make you undo though, at least. The right arm just likes to pop off, but it's easy to pop back in. Yeah, mine kept doing that, but it's like, then it started getting really, really, loose. Alright, let's try this. I love it how, like, I'm gonna work. I'm gonna be a good kid and I'm gonna work. And then, like, life goes to shit. And why is this going so slow? I will say the more cleaning up I do on these things, the slower it gets, which is kind of a pain. I'm not gonna lie. Let me get rid of this hair. Ugly. Yeah, because you were trying to, like, talk spicy to me. I won't baby you anymore like I have been, sweet baby boy. Here in public and your response was, don't breathe in my direction, Tasato. I know. That was actually kind of funny. It was funny seeing that, and then, like, you being in Tasato's stream, you know what I mean? Who was Oyatsu? It's one of my little OCs. It's a little pink-haired sister for Kaosa. Because Kaosa is actually my OC. I just couldn't think of a better design than her design, and that's why I made her into my VTuber model. I'm doing well. How about you? I'm doing alright. My jaw hurts a little bit, because I had that tooth extraction. But not too bad, all things considered. I will say, again, like, that infection was, like, the worst pain I've ever had, like, literally in my life. So the tooth removal itself was like a walk in the park. There we go. Alright, zooming out. Zooming in. Not there. Oh, just a random student, says Gorv. Though I'm excited about my Figma Skeleton Knight DX from Berserk. I do like the Figma line, but it just seems like they don't make them as much as they used to. I'm kind of sick of the Nendoroids. Speaking of which, I'm probably going to sell more figures here soon. I'm just going to have to do this. Oh my god, see, like, I'm making this thing bigger. Alright, whatever. Done with Mootski. Let's check this one. Good. Alright, I was working on Bridget. I need to make the crop a little different for this one. I see, I hope you feel better now. Thank you. I try to make them all uniform by that chain up above. I'll give it like usually two joints. So that way they all look relatively similar for cropping purposes. Alright, let me zoom out on this one. I love pressing all these damn buttons all the time. And my preferred ratio is 444 times 5. 4 by 5, there we go. Alright, we need a little bit more. Nope, we don't want that. Command Z. I think we want vertical. Yes, we want vertical. Just fixed a little bit. Let's zoom in here. A little bit more. How many charms would you say do you have left to edit? Oh, that's an unbelievable amount. An unbelievable amount. And there's just no easy way to fucking edit them. That's the worst part. That doesn't look too bad. Maybe 200. Unironically, maybe 200. Because I think I have 44 rounded acrylic listings on my site now. You're making me angry, Tasato. And you won't like me when I'm angry. Yeah, Dark Virus, we do have to kind of address the elephant in the room, and that's you controlling your anger. Because I know you have a tendency to, like, quote-unquote, throw a fit in a way, but we've got to get it to where you can control that. Because you can be very effective, because, like with my anger, you know, I do get angry, but I control myself, all things considered. You speak very formally, Gorf. He really does. He's a hella studious individual. Gorv is very, very smart. He's studying like astrophysicists, brain surgeon, open heart surgery. Like Gorv is really, really smart, so he talks that way too. F, says Dark Virus. Necrosis is bad because it eats the nerves and flesh, actively melting them until the infection is cleared. That's why it probably hurt more than tooth. Yeah, it was absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Alright, moving along. Let's just, I'm gonna work on cropping. This one's horribly. I was having issues with, taking the photos, because I had to take them at a different angle. This was not a fit. I gave Sato a second chance. He played me a second time for absolutely no reason. I will say, there's somebody I'm always seething about in my vicinity, to say the least. And the issue with that is the real and true answer is yes, they piss me off to like an unbelievable degree. But the reason, or rather the explanation of why they piss me off is simply because they're just dumb as fuck. You know what I mean? And it's like, can I really be mad at somebody? Oh, I'm trying to make sure this is good. If that's their biggest crime, is that they're just dumb. I don't know. You know what I mean? So I'd say take that into consideration. Whoa, this is gluten-free acrylic paint. 200? Yes, yes. I do have like 200 charms, unfortunately. It's good they don't make much. I think the only Figma I've ordered now is Whole Life Blue Archive stuff. I had Blue Archive Scirocco, and my cat Yomi, a day after I got it, bit its head, so it has these huge holes in its head, unfortunately. Do not believe Kaoza. Alright, what are you studying, Gorv? What are you studying? Let's see. Distortion. Alright, that's gonna have to frickin' do. Alright, next. Next one. Can I just do this? I can. Speaking of Scirocco, here's my Scirocco. Let me copy. I don't like it when they're ugly. Let me copy and paste these edits. Let's see. I think this one's not too damn bad. Alright. How do I do that again? How do I copy? No. Edit. There we go. Copy edits. There we go. This is also really nice about Lightroom because you can edit the lighting of a photo. Like you can tell like these ones are really like low lighting and you can just paste the edits from what you've done prior. Like that doesn't look too bad. I think it's a little too pink though. Believe what? Believe me saying he's studying to be a cool guy. Okay, it looks a little too pink. A little too blue. Not too bad. A little too blue still. Obviously this means I did not take a proper photo. Oof, Scirocco, yeah. Jester, work, hi! Yes, I'm working, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Alright, let's paste. Paste edits. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good edit. You can see my hand. You see how I'm holding it up. What I do, and funny enough, it doesn't really pop up on camera, which makes it look really good. There's this really, really thin acrylic tape that is double-sided, so it holds the charm in place. And then I hold it up for my hand, so you can see my hand in some of these photos. Because obviously I haven't cropped them just yet. Atheists are just mad they're not the main character. Is that the truth? Is that the truth? Is that the, who's the main character? I do ask. Let me see if I want a little bit of texture. No. You can be mad at the dumb, but there's no benefit to it. Better to have some level of grace on them and try to nurture them to grow their wit and wisdom. Yeah, exactly, exactly. And it's just like, these fucking people that I'm angry at, they're just stupid. And it's just like, that, like, they just were in a very, very coddled environment. And they, their actions kind of reflect that fact. And it's like, can I even be mad at that? Like, a lot of people have, like, beef with their parents, and which is fair, real and true. But, like, for example, my mom, I have a lot of beef with her, if I really think about it. But at the end of the day, her biggest crime is just being low IQ and, airheadedly dumb. And I'm like, can I even really be mad at that? Yeah, but Tesoro adds no value to me, and I'm not going to keep taking that kind of behavior personally when he came to me for advice, help, and I've never disrespected him like that DMs ever. Son, what? Says gluten-free. I know, that was really fucking funny, actually. Hello, Kale, hope you're doing well. Hello, Cypher. I hope you're also doing well. Let me see. Wait a second. Huh. Dark Virus, I just took a peek. Interesting. 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 I'll handle that later, to say the least. Howdy, Crispy Clee. How are you doing? How are you faring? I meant to ask for an update, but I've been very, as you can see, busy. How are you doing? Alright, let's turn this a little bit more like that. That looks pretty good. Alright, let's crop in. I like your kit building stream. I did see Cypher went live. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I forgot what I was doing. Alright, let's zoom in. I will say it's really convenient because I'm looking at, again, like the cropped version of just the image up above. So I can see exactly the best way to crop it. So like that looks pretty good. Look at that. Look at that. It looks great. Can they be fixed? I may be one of those people. They can be fixed over time, but I have to learn to separate myself from those people. Like, put a barrier up. You know what I mean? Like, put a barrier up and understand that, like, I don't need to be so invested, you know? Because, like, I will say when I, quote-unquote, think someone's my friend, I tend to invest myself into them. And then once I kind of find out that they betrayed me in one way or another, if I just take a step back, that's usually the solution. All right, let's copy. Copy edits. What's going on? We're the vague posting queens and kings in here. I hate my parents. I know I don't appreciate them helping me afford to keep me being alive. Why do you hate your parents, Jester? And I do wonder what age. I know a lot of kids nowadays, they say they hate their parents. And again, their parents is, the only crime is that they're, this is their first time, giving birth. But it depends, because some parents can be absolutely shitty. That's not too bad. Next school year, I'll be starting a bachelor's degree. The application's only open the first this month. A bachelor in satellite technology leading into a master's. You're so funny. I'm excited for all the Nikkei figures. I'm really glad I never got into Nikkei. I'm just the big booty, beautiful bitches. I'm just not a big fan of. It's not my cup of tea. Oh, you're speedrunning this. I'm gonna do... that looks pretty good. I might have to Photoshop these later. Most likely an artificial intelligence. That's pretty smart. Artificial intelligence is in the future. So it is smart to kind of get into it now. That's really cool, Garv. Pardon my language. Healthy boundaries are key, yet betrayals of relationship are unavoidable. It's loving them and forgiving them in spite of that can be hard for most. I don't forgive people. I do forget, however, but I don't forgive people. Because I will say, like, it's kind of like a mental checklist in my head that, they betrayed me. So it's like, I understand, like, hold on. It might be a little too bright. Let me add a little bit more contrast. I like that. Alright, take that, copy that settings. Because as I was taking these photos, the sky was changing. So I'm gonna have to change these edits a little bit. I don't forget, because over time, if you've like fucked me over enough, I'll just leave. Usually, I will say like that, like to tell if I'm really angry, I'll just like slowly disappear. That's how you can tell. Oh, this one looks a little too warm. Let's take the temperature down a little bit. Too cold. I don't know why I like this one. This might be a little too contrasty. And just like that, lowering the contrast fixed it. My parents never treated my brothers the way they treat me. It's a complicated story. I will say that's I don't want to say it's understandable. To me, it's just kind of common. Like for example, I had beef with my father because he treated my brothers completely different and gave them like privileges that I didn't have, and I knew he did it just because I was a female. And for a while I took that personally, but I was like, you know what? I really trust my capability of proving my competence on my own. That might be a little too bright. So I don't even care, and lo and behold, eventually my father acknowledged the fact that I was more competent than my younger brother. Because like, for example, like I can understand, like, I have 2 younger brothers, but I'm very, I'm vague posting right here, sorry. But I'm very, very competent, especially when it comes to money and related, because, like, I do business stuff. And he chose, like, my youngest brother, where we have, like, a 10-year age gap, over me to handle something money related. And I'm like, in what fucking world does that make any sense? And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let him do it. I'm just gonna let him do it. I protested because I was like, you know, like, you literally are only doing this because X, Y, or Z. Ooh, I don't know if this photo's can be saved. I'm gonna turn on the vibrance. And then lo and behold, he was like, wait a minute. And I'm like, why does this look so bad? Oh well. But yeah. So it's just one of those things where it's like, even like with my own parents, I don't take it personally. You know, ew, look at that gross piece of hair right there. You don't have to trust them to forgive them. It's more about not holding anything further over them for your own sake of ceasing to worry about it. If they want that trust back, it's up to you. I'm fine with holding things over people's head. It doesn't take much work. It doesn't take much for me to do that. You know what I mean? I don't know if this one can be saved. Let's see. Ooh. I might have to retake these. Sometimes I struggle with blue tones. I don't like that. Because if I make it any more pink, it looks too pink. Yeah, this one might be SOL, Command Z. Yeah, it might be... Let me see if I can custom the color mixer. Honestly, but sure if you've left or not, Gorb, I'm glad you didn't. My parents used me as their verbal punching bag. I was told to shut up and obey most of my life, but my brothers were never criticized for anything they did, even when they did the same things. Are they younger than you? Because I know that is a big problem with the, with ages. I can increase the saturation, and it doesn't look too bad. But it's just a little too blue. Let's try... Funny enough, that might not be too bad. Maybe I can save her after all, you guys. Let's open the saturation on her green eyes. Let's turn the pink reddish. I want it a little bit more red. That doesn't look very red. Let's lower the saturation. Because in real life, it's more of a red. Alright, let's change the hue then. Maybe too saturated. It doesn't look the best. One younger, one older. I still live with them because if the FF paying $2,000 a month to move out. I do wonder also how old are you? All right, BRB though. I have to use the bathroom real quick. I returned. I don't think I like this charm photo. I feel like I can do better. I might have to take it at different times. Does it really cost €2,000 a month for renting an apartment? Depending on where you live, I think it does. Where's my Trimax right here? Super, super fast. Thank you for keeping track. You know, somebody's gotta. Sorry to hear that. Hope you get better. I used to fight so badly with my mom. Me and my dad, that's why I'm like so combative. By default is we argued all the time. All the damn time. That's why I sound like when I'm talking by default, I sound like I'm arguing with you. I sound like I'm arguing. I think it's saturation a bit too high. Yeah, it's just because like, let me check the histogram. How can I check the histogram? Information. Nope. That is not it. Where's my histogram? Show histogram. I think that means, yeah, it's like too overexposed. Okay, this, let me see if I can just look at the histogram and fix it. Hey, I think I can, but maybe. We want this straight out a little bit more. It just looks unedited now, damn it. What is this blue-haired character's name? Konata Izumi from Lucky Star. Whites. No. Alright, blacks. Let's take the black, put it over there. Okay, so this looks like a good photo, but not a good product photo. Poor Kyoza, I know. Poor me. Maybe it's not hard to hold someone to account, but it's totally different when someone very close. For me personally, it wasn't it's not that hard. But I am just a very, very independent person in general. I love how this looks good, because like the histogram, you guys can't see it, but the histogram was really misshapen. But now that the histogram is more level, let me show it off the chat, hold on. Yeah, this is what I'm looking at up here, is the histogram. If it leans way too high, like for example, let's see. So you see how the histogram is all pushed to this, what is this, the left? That's what makes the photo look very badly exposed. But if you push it all the way to the other side, it's obviously very badly exposed. But if you have like a nice middle, or there's data, like it's a nice middle, you technically have a good exposed photo. So sometimes if your photo literally cannot be fixed, just look at the histogram, and that can help you some fixing it. But still, I don't like how dark this one is. It's a bit shadowy. Yeah, at the moment it is. I'm trying to see if it is. This looks a little bit better. I think her hair might be a little too dark now, funny enough. Let's take that. I live in an expensive area and things are work in an expensive area. Things are getting better. 80K a year, low stress job, allow me to go. 35. Yeah, I do think 35 is a bit old to be living with your parents. All things considered. I think that's a bit old to be living with your parents. You know? Alright, put that. Make it a little bit more saturated. Okay. This looks way better. I think still a little bit too much purple though. Because don't you want to have your own independent life outside of your parents and like living with your siblings? Wait a minute. I just realized your sibling's 1 year older and 1 year younger. So that means one sibling is 36 and one sibling is 34. That's a very interesting parent dynamic. To say the least. Okay, I don't think this looks too bad. I think we saved her, you guys. It's not perfect, but I can use Photoshop later. I think we saved her. Kinda. Maybe. I think the yellow might be a little too saturated. Let me desaturate that. Alright. I think we saved her. What do you guys think? I think we saved her. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! They're probably gonna kick me out this year, but at least I have about 20K saved. 20K. I will say, how was your... There's a lot to this. There's a lot to this, because, like, how was your spending? I don't know, like, how long you've been making money. But I feel like maybe at your age, you should have a tiny bit more. Trigger warning. Not exactly the best thing. Alright. Now zoom in. 35 and still living at home. That's where I'm kind of that's very interesting. Exactly. That's very, very interesting to be living home at 35. But what's crazier, I think, is like having multiple kids living at home at that age. Don't your, like for example, my father, his biggest thing was, making it to where we are, my siblings are independent of him. Aspect. Maybe aspect is what I'm looking for? No. Control Z. Scale? I'm trying to do like the sideways thing. That's not it either. Control Z. X offset. Don't want that. Maybe it is vertical. Nope, not that. Horizontal. Maybe it is horizontal. There we go. Alright, she doesn't look bad. Yeehaw! I feel like she melts into the background a little bit. It says gluten-free acrylic. Trigger warning financial advice. I know. Trigger... It's gonna have to work, okay? It's gonna have to work. Maybe curve it just a little bit. And put her... That looks pretty good. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Not bad, not bad. Compared to what we had in the beginning... She saved. Actually, let me crop it in a little bit more. Tiny bit more. I'm just straight mouth breathing, like, oh my god. Like a chud. I learned the word chud recently, I think. I can't stop saying it in my head. We did, chat! Trigger warning letters, exactly. You know? But I guess, like, it is very telling about parents that would allow their kids to stay that long in their household. Copy edit settings, go to the next one. See, a huge difference. But you can see how this photo is really blue, and that's why I struggled. Paste. Saved! Look at that. Save. Those words still confuse me. What is it? What words? I don't even know. Trigger warning? I'm using it in a jesting kind of way. A little too, let's add a little bit more pink here. And a little bit more blue. Chud? Oh, chud probably is what you're talking about. I don't really know what it means, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, take that, make that a little there. Do I want? No, I do want some highlights. I don't know how these photos, I will say it's like I'm getting kind of blind. Let me see. It's still a little pinky. Is Lucky Star still popular these days? I think it is, because a lot of people are hitting the whole nostalgic era. They're like, my childhood, you know. Copy edit settings. Next. Paste. Paste. I'm fully convinced my dad is secretly a Lucky Star fan because he named my dog Kona. Hell yeah. Isn't that a Hawaiian island or something? A Hawaiian thing? Tosado was flabbergasted at Low Kirk genuinely. Okay, that is so fucking funny. Low Kirk genuinely. I cannot help but laugh every time I hear Low Kirk genuinely. I gotta start like putting it in my normal language. A little too peachy. Cypher, they're getting a new Nendoroid. I don't like how they made Konata a little too pale, which looks kind of like the original Nendoroid. They should have made her a little bit more tan. Okay, this doesn't look too bad. Lucky Star is such a time capsule anime. It was a really good anime, I will say. Copy edit settings. Guys, move on. Low Kirk Epstein genuinely. Low Kirk Epstein genuinely. That's a mouthful. I gotta learn Low Kirk genuinely first. Low Kirk genuinely? What does that even mean? Low key, genuinely, and then Charlie Kirk involved. I don't know what the Charlie Kirk signifies, but it's like low key, genuinely, plus Charlie Kirk. I get it. Maybe it's a saturation. Maybe the saturation's a little too high. I will say, ooh, very ugly. Command Z. I kind of miss going to conventions. I do kind of want to, like, low-key, like, cosplay at a convention. And just go and enjoy the convention. Rather than vend at it like I'm always doing. I don't like, damn, it's like these got too fucking blue. Maybe lower the saturation. Either, I can't tell if I don't like the artwork, which is fair, because I don't. Or it's something else. I might do a small convention in a month. That sounds fun. Are you vending or are you just going to it? Copy edit settings. Let's go next year. We can invite Hayu. I love my little Hayu. We should take him to the, oh. You know, I wonder technically, I wonder if Hayu's doing anything in March. Because there's that aircraft carrier anime convention, and it's, I think, in California. I can say hi to him. I think we're draping English, the language. Speaking of conventions, what do I cosplay? I still need ideas. To me, I think it's fun to kind of go based on my body type. So I can make a very, very accurate cosplay. So it really depends on like how much you want to canon bend the character. Like I have tanner skin and like brown hair, so it's like I prefer cosplaying people with tanner skin and brown hair. Because that way I don't have to wear a wig, because like I fucking hate wearing wigs. I think this one doesn't look too bad. That might be okay. It's a little bright, but she's kind of bright in general, so I'll take it. Off Kai. I'm not that big. The only other VTuber I like is Suisse, and other than that, I'm not a big other VTuber fan, if that makes sense. Totally uncharacteristic excluding me there. Who, me? Or Dark Virus? You know what I mean? And hello, Twisted Slop, how are you doing? Urban Dictionary says the Kirk means when you acknowledge something in a low-key way, genuine manner, similar to how Charlie Kirk word. Okay. Low-key Kirk genuinely. I'll try to remember that. That's like such a specific... Like, I don't like how overexposed that is. It's probably the highlights. Yeah. I'll do mommy and then I'll find someone else. Charlie Kirky. Copy. Edit. Paste. Guys, want to learn how to sing? My first karaoke song will be Charlie Kirk. We are Charlie Kirk. I think that song's goated. Ooh, that's terrible. Too much pink. Man, it's like, it sucks because like this is why it's like I try to chase lighting so importantly, because like when the lighting is slightly off, it is a fucking nightmare to edit photos. Like this does not look good. Yeah, low Kirk genuinely is wild. It's funny though. We carry the flame. It's a great fucking song. I don't care what anybody says. Like it sounds good. Like I like it. Any she's too casted blue. Let me lower the blue saturation. Not bad. I wonder who this one is. That's a great question. Someone probably irrelevant. Yeah, like this one might have to be like scraped as well. Like this doesn't look too bad, but it doesn't look good. And I want it to look good, obviously. Yeah, this might be an L for this one. Alright, let's try Reimu. Unfortunately, like, look at this giant piece of, like, hair on her. I have to erase. Annoying. Chaos of song choices and taste, sometimes they're interesting. Like, you don't even smoke crack. You don't even know. You don't even know. How do you even use that in a sentence? Low Kirk genuinely, I realize it's kind of hard for the average person to figure it out, but if you think a little bit harder, I think you can figure it out. You know, y'all don't even smoke crack. That's the funniest part. It's like, y'all, he spells it wrong. I really like the dangling chaos one. Thank you. I need some water. Seeing that, now notice things wrap up around the ear. Mm-hmm. It does. Alright, let's see. Can we save this one? A little too warm and a little too saturated, but not too bad. I think, the whites are blowing it out. But I don't want it too much. Okay, maybe highlights? Maybe the contrast. There's something off about this charm, and I'm not sure what. Why the France is this all looking terrible? Too much saturation. Have you tested your new camera? I've just done like a few snaps just to make sure it operates, basically. But other than that, no. Okay. I might just have to start over completely on this one. Okay, this one's not looking too bad now. I thought it was just attached to the hair. Attached to the hair? No, it's like this little tiny piece of hair. Oh, you think my hair clip? Oh, I see what you're saying. My Italian teacher put Toho in a slideshow once. Hell yeah. Alright. Okay, that looks terrible. Sometimes, like, when you don't know, like, when I don't know what to do, I just fuck around and be like, okay. Maybe one of these will work. Nothing beats listening to a Chaos stream while showering, says Tasato. Tasato said, hey guys, I'm butt naked. You're a freak for that. Not too bad, man. These photos are not doing the greatest. My photography enjoying roommate loves seeing your camera on Twitter. Awesome, thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, I got that new one recently. Okay, maybe this one's not too bad, but I still can see a lot of the saturation of the blue. Maybe it's because I literally have the saturation for the blue higher than it needs to be. Okay, now it looks kind of green. Let's add a little bit more pink. A little too much pink. This is hell, you guys. This is, especially if we're having OCD, this is hell. Okay. A little pink, but not bad. Alright, let's, I gotta get rid of this hair now, because it's like, it's gonna drive me mad if I don't. Let me zoom in. Rotate. Okay, okay. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Not anymore! Favorite artist and album? Kanye West is my favorite overall artist. But, PC answer is Hoshimachi Suisei. But my real and true #1 artist is Kanye West. He has too many, good songs for me just to listen to album, but if I were to listen to album, probably Yeezy is my favorite album by him. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. See, I will say that what matters the most here is that my artwork looks better than it did prior. I think as long as I do that, we're good. Okay, that is not too bad. I love the fucking mouth breathing I'm doing, lol. If you were a cheesy toasty, I would eat you, don't worry. Oh, phew, thank God. I was worried that you might, accidentally let me go to waste and then I'd get moldy. You know, I really would not want that. Okay, I think that's okay. Suisei mentioned, I've been going through all of her songs while I cook. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I love Suisei. I love Suisei. Word! Hell yeah, I love Kanye. I'm going to spread the Utsupi brain rot. Someone listen to him. He's tuning on Miku is heavenly. That's the hard rock metal, Miku guy, right? There are some of his songs I kind of like, but, the majority of them aren't exactly, for me. I can't even hear the mouth breathing. Well, just, I'm like, every time I look up, I'm just like, my mouth's just like wide open. Alright, where? Optics. Detail. Why the hell would I do super matte? What the? Where's my, I'm looking for an effect. I don't see it here, actually. Alright, why not? Let's just fuck that effect. I was looking for noise reduction. I don't want it manual, though. Okay, they call this noise reduction. Whatever. Whatever. Okay, this is not looking too bad. This photo's not looking too bad, okay? Tatsado, why are you advertising me? Alright, BRB, I have to pee again. Every time I drink tea, I have to pee like 60 billion times. BRB. I've returned. And thank you guys for being here. I didn't even really schedule the stream that far in advance. So I do appreciate you guys showing up on a dime, to say the least. Check out these charms at Store. Linked, comment. Thank you, my dear Dark Iris. Thank you for being a member for that long. Wow, Kaosa X Iron Mouse. I did do a Iron Mouse keychain. I don't think I took a photo of her though. I need to though. I like Suisei's Still Stellar album. Spectre is my favorite of her album. Bye everyone, hope you have a nice rest of the day. Thank you. Kaosa Karaoke Suisei. My Kaosa Karaoke would just be Kanye songs. Teehee. I think, hold on. If I have to pee again, I'm gonna eat some salt. That way I can stop that, because this is annoying. No more tea for me, though. Why is your bladder Why is your bladder high-key Kirkepsteinly shorter than a fly's lifespan? I think, the real and true answer is I have, obviously physically a small bladder, but also I just have, like, low blood pressure in general, which I think, leads to, like, a sodium imbalance. And because I have, like, I have, like, low sodium, like, I'm supposed to have more sodium to keep my blood pressure higher. I don't keep any sodium, and if you don't have any sodium in your body when you drink a bunch of water, you just pee it all out. Thank you for streaming for 14 months! Okay, first of all, why the hell did you put those, parentheses or whatever, quotations around streaming? Listen here, I'm just a lowly individual trying to make $1 online, and so I'm trying to run a business and live stream. It's tougher than it looks. Just hold it. I can't. It physically hurts. I cannot hold it. It physically hurts. All right, let's see if we can save this fucking hair going across her head. No, that's the real question. Let me get the H. All right, let's try it. We're doing surgery, you guys. Hello, Mumpkin. Hello, Mumpkin. How are you doing today? Oh yeah, look at that. I think we can save it. Thank you for... Thank you for being... The being scares me the most. A great streamer. Thank you, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. That was funny, Otero. You're funny sometimes. You're lowly. L-O-W-L-Y. I think how you say it. I'm not a lolly. You should have seen it though, because like I only drew like chibi style for the longest time, so like the first iteration of my VTuber model was super lolly, because I was so used to just drawing in chibi. And I do have that actually effect when I draw in chibi for such a long period of time. When I try and draw normal style, like the head just like is almost lolly proportions. And so funny enough, I also on my new VTuber model, I was actually editing it and I did make the head smaller, because I'm like, I think the head's even too big on this model. Also, I was referring to some amount of time that we didn't get as many streams as perhaps we would like. Okay, okay. I try my best. I just have sip water. What do you mean it hurts? Yeah, it's my bladder. Like, okay, so guys, which is worse? Having to go pee or being cold? This is the real question that makes you think. Look at this. This hair is going away, like, flawlessly. Thank God. Shout out to, Adobe. Adobe. Alright, you can't even see. I'll keep my arrows down so you guys can see. Look at this. The magic. I have to run. Sorry I can stay longer. No worries. I appreciate you even stopping by, Hoshimaru. Having to pee. I'd say having to pee, I'm not gonna lie. Poor KOs are never enough for these people. Rain or shine or life-altering pain be damned. You know what I mean? Like, I'm out here putting my life on the line. I'm out here, like, listen here. I'm dying from excruciating pain. And I'm like, alright, let me go give these bitches life advice. I'm dying. I'm like, alright, well. Mine as well. How much do I need to pee? As, like, you know when you need to pee? You know what I mean? Like, you need to pee. Which is worse. Bye-bye. But being cold's not even close. Really? I would have to say having to pee. Like, I hate it. Like, it kills me. Like, I will say... Ugh, it fucking sucks. Oh yeah, okay, look at that. We fixed her hair, you guys. And while we're here, let's clean up this other mess. Look at this. Debris. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get. Gorgeous and stunning. This is fine. Seems very hard to focus when you need to pee. Oh my god. When I had that vocal coach meeting, it was like a Zoom meeting. I had to pee really badly because I was drinking tea, and I just started zoning out. I couldn't even concentrate. It is really hard to focus when you have to pee. I will say... oh god. If you ever remember like the worst time you've ever had to pee, it's like a traumatic memory. I had to do it on a... I had it like one time I was on a plane, I had to pee so badly. I literally... and we were about to launch. And for a fucking fact, it's just a safety measure, but for a fucking fact, you can stand up when the aircraft's launching. But I had to pee so badly. I was like... I'm like, oh my god. I tried begging for the fucking lady to give me, basically permission to go pee. And I'm like, you know what? This is it. I'm gonna be on the news. I'm gonna be on the news. I'm gonna be on the news for pissing myself on a plane. But thank God, when we, I think when we got above 7,000 feet, she let me go. Thank God. Usually it's around, like, I think, like 10 to 15,000. Crossing the border was the scariest pee for me. The scariest pee. The scariest pee. Guys, do you remember your scariest pees? Oh god. This is a nightmare. Night mail crossing the border, bringing the checks for the postal order. Hell yeah. Stop drinking tea. That's what I'm doing. Tea is tasty though. I was drinking oolong tea. But now I'm not, you know? Now I'm not. I'm just drinking regular water. Hey, Kale's up. Any plans on restocking the Konosuba Girls keychain? Also, holding my pee is very stressful. Real and true. Which website do you, use for shopping? Shopify or, my Etsy? But yeah, absolutely. Sometimes, like, the worst part about, like, running, like, a storefront, on both platforms, is neither one of them tells you when they're sold out. So I literally physically have them right now. But, I don't know which one's sold out. I don't like tea, it's pretty good. Got pulled over a traffic stop by the police. I had to go really bad, so I ran to the nearest porta potty. The officers told me they would have shot me for running. Can you imagine that? I have never pissed myself. Shout out to Tasato for having. Tasato, and I think, no, I think that one leaves shit himself. I don't think he peed himself. Oolong tea, the rediscovered tea from the Forbidden City. Exactly. It's not like they can just leave, or you can, or you're on plane. You're stuck there. Exactly. Exactly. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be a biohazard. I'm gonna be on the news. I was just like imagining it. I'm like, how can I live this down if I piss myself? Porta potties are so gross. I've used many porta potties in my time. I don't even care, as long as I can pee. Did you like the drawing? I did. I even messaged you back saying I liked it. You did a great job, Angel Plays. Leaf did shit himself. I'm glad we clarified that, you know what I mean? I will say this isn't too bad. Once I got the hang of like oh, just erase some of her. Once I got the hang of these new keys, like doing this in streaming is not bad at all things considered. I told them not browning my pants in front of them, they'd rather be shot than soiling myself, they let me go without a ticket. How kind of them. One time I rolled through a stop sign very barely. Honestly, I don't even think I fucking rolled, I'm not gonna lie. Here in Vegas. And on top of that, there was like no oncoming traffic, so I just California rolled, I'll be honest. And a cop pulled me over and gave me a $400 ticket. You know, guess who doesn't California roll anymore, you know? You know? Sometimes you have to have a learning moment, to say the least. What kind of community members do you prefer? Those who have pissed themselves, those who have shit themselves, or liars? I have never peed myself, Tasato. I have never. Okay, I'm just kidding. I did it one time when I was in pre-K. But that literally doesn't count. Like, if you did it in okay. You have up until 3rd grade to piss yourself and get the, piss pass. Anything other than that, no. Early chaos streams with the pee in the toilet talks. I know. That was really funny. I had to ban it. Ban shit talking. It doesn't count. It doesn't. You know what I mean? But you peed yourself at a high school level. Happy Black History Month, including the tan baddies like KOs and Afro-Hispanics. Hell yeah, Reina. Including the tan baddies like KOs. You are so cute, Reina. Happy Black History Month. I've told this a gazillion times, but my brother, of course, he's the one who's 10 years younger than me. I like to say the free at last, great God Almighty, I'm free at last. In mundane situations that, like, are rather inappropriate in comparison. And I said that in front of him one time, and I was like, do you know where that's from? And he was like, no, I've never heard that. And I'm like, oh, good to know. Good to know. I feel like that's something you might need to know. That's what I'm talking about, Reina. Hell yeah. Did you like the drawing? Angel Plays asking. I just said I did. I just said I did. And I said you did a really good job. And I even messaged you back that. So true, Reina. Chaos is definitely a tan baddie. Thank you, Tornado. Oh, what the? Alright, whatever works, I guess. Then over here, a little bit over here, here. Did that register anything? I don't think it did, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, zoom in. Yeah, good job, Angel Plays. My father was raised black, so I'm spiritually black because my father. What does being raised black mean? But low-key, I kind of get it. He was raised black. Alright. Honorary. Tan baddies, let's go. Hell yeah. So my internet was bad. I see. Happy Black History Month, everyone. Hell yeah. Guys, name your favorite black person in chat for Black History Month. I'd have to say... Okay. Okay, for PR reasons, my father. But I was gonna say Kanye first. I was like, damn, how would that look if I didn't say my father? But the real and true answer, Kanye West. Who else? Oh, David Goggins. Another good choice. Kaoza! Says Fireheart. How are you doing? There? My favorite is Kaoza. Whoa. I'm not the fully black. So I don't know if I count. Maybe. I will say, I don't really care at the end of the day, as far as, like, making a big deal of, like, ethnicity and where I belong, quote unquote, because it's like I create where I belong. I don't need to belong anywhere else. But I will say it's always been hard to like ever be able to fit in both the communities, like the white community and the black community, because it's like I'm not fully white, I'm not fully black, but I definitely don't look, because I'm so anemic, I definitely don't even look black, especially if my hair is straightened. And so it's always been hard to find like a quote-unquote social home. Oh god, I sound like Colin Kaepernick and his Netflix special. But it's never been a big deal for me. Who's your favorite black Giga Chads, Reina? Actually, on the list. Reina's father is another one of my favorite black, What about K-Dot? Okay, I was a big Kendrick Lamar fan. I don't know how much of a fan of you were, but it's like, I was in the era where, like, he literally got his album, like, the whole debacle with him versus Macklemore. So that's how long I've been following him. I liked him for a while, and then I just think his music got too preachy. And I'm not really a fan of him anymore. It just got too preachy for me. But I do like his, like, the Black of the Berry album, and I do like his, Good Kid, Mad City album. And Damn, I think was kind of like his, like, I think that was like his final straw. Everything after Damn is kind of like, no thank you. Communal Beef! Michael Jackson! That's a good choice. That's a good choice. Are you not Hispanic? Me? Who are you asking? Who are you asking? Because I'm mixed, black and white. My dad is, from the Caribbean. A place called Trinidad and Tobago. If you don't know, that's where Nicki Minaj is from. Most people know more Nicki Minaj than, Trinidad. I sent you Tosato's burp. Okay, I'm I'm a little busy right now, so I usually check messages and tags after stream. Because I will say a lot of people do try and like to get live reactions out of me. But I am trying to work. 3 of my mutuals from Land of Music's community and Pink Panthers. Good to hear, Reina. You're not Hispanic? No. What the? What the? What? In what name? In what God's? What the? When have I ever given off that vibe? Sometimes I do wonder. I even think I sound like, I think you can like hear the black in me sometimes. I know you can hear it, my father. And so to me, I'm very, like some of the things I say, I'm like, ah, people could tell. I swear you said you were Hispanic once. Never have I ever. I know Dark Virus is Hispanic. But I am not. I think we've officially, like, completely edited, like, 4 photos. Like, with this, the clearing and stuff like that. This is what I mean about how long this takes. Let me clear a little bit right here. Look how big these photos are. And I wonder, is that the Kanye song? Do you know what it means? Alright, I think we're good. The Last Man has some claptastic memes. That's good to hear, Reina. Good to hear some claptastic memes. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Not bad, all things considered. I'll take it. Alright, copy settings. And I wonder. Exactly. Hello, Caleb, how are you doing? I saw that you were, struggling. Oh, that's so funny. I couldn't decide which one I liked better. Oh, well, looks like I'm going with that one. Alright, paste. Another day, another dollar in the military. I wonder how Hayu's doing, though, with the whole, Oh, how are you doing? Caleb, are you getting deployed at all? I don't know if that's, like, your jurisdiction at all. Are you getting deployed? Because I saw a bunch of, military aircraft heading over to Iran. Yes, you are! Where are you going? Where are you going? No! No! Caleb! Rest in peace! He does it intentionally to get under your skin, Angel Skins. That's true. There's nothing to do, my room is empty. Where are you going? Well, rest in peace, Caleb. Yeah, someone's gotta get deployed. I need to increase the saturation with this one. To Brazil? No, Caleb, I know, we're losing Caleb. I won't say in stream, I'll shoot you a message in Discord. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm interested. That sucks. That sucks. Hope we don't leave Hayu. I think Hayu's in school right now, so we don't have to worry about losing Hayu, but... Man, Caleb, at least you get that hazard pay. You know? Take one for the team, Caleb! Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe someone else can take one for the team. I only have a few consecutive viewers like Caleb. Maybe he doesn't take one for the team. Maybe someone else does. Alright. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Exposure. Oh, a little too saturated. Sometimes again, like I can't help just like I don't like the artwork. It's okay, I'm looking forward to a little bit. Damn, I have nothing to do right now. I got you, I'll still take one for the team. No way. Listen here, you're a die-hard member, you know? You know, someone just passing through perhaps, but like, you're a die-hard member around here. I can't have you taking one for the team. Rest in peace, Caleb getting deployed. That sucks, brother. Madoka. Yep, Madoka. Take that. A little bit like this. Not bad. Not bad. Enter. Let me take this. Hold on. Where's my angular thing? Get out of here. What just happened? I just saw something happen. I don't know what it was. I bet the military is gonna snatch an Iranian politician. I mean, hopefully if that stops all that going on. Oopsie, that was not supposed to happen. Control Z. Whatever stops all this mess from happening, to say the least. I don't think that does anything. I know some of our aircraft carriers are being hit over there. I know there's P-8s over there as well. Okay, maybe not. A little too dark. Clarity. Maybe a little too pink. Shout out to color grading. Give Caleb a parting gift. Caleb, what do you want as your parting gift? Wait, depends on where you're deploying. Let's see. Ah. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Man, that sucks, brother. If you don't mind, Caleb, Well, it's hard to type. Question mark. Alright, I asked you a question. Absolutely not. A kiss for Caleb. That is a married man you are talking to. Caleb is happily married to his girlfriend. I love how Torpedo was like, absolutely not. Alright, let's get the no, don't want any green. Most likely free artwork. Okay, whoa, buddy, calm down. Calm it down. Calm it down with the free artwork. No. It was nice knowing him. He'll have a the thing about the military is that they give you beautiful funerals. That's what my dad used to always say. He's like, you know what? They'll since you were in the military, you'll have a beautiful funeral. There'll be a nice beautiful flag draped over your coffin. Son, that's his wife. You know what I mean? Married to his girlfriend. Hazard pay is gonna go crazy. It really is. Hell yeah. Oh. Interesting. Interesting, Caleb. Interesting. Oh. Huh. I don't know. Is that worse? Is that worse than what I asked? Or is that better? I don't even know. I got a poem for Caleb. Roses are red, violets are blue. I heard you're being deployed. Guest sucks to be you. Rest in peace, Caleb. And it's like, I love how I say rest in peace, but this is like an actual like rest in peace situation. Wow. At least you get hazard pay. At least the military gives hazard pay. I used to buy so much shit on deployment with my hazard pay. Alright, copy. But I am sure glad I am, excuse me, what the hell? Copy edits. See, look at that. Before this gross, ugly coloring, much better. Still a little too pink, sorry. I don't think I addressed the pink. I'm gonna explode. Do you guys have any final requests of me before Ocean Gate? That was really tragic. The Ocean Gate thing? It's so hard with these colors are so like, you have to mix them so gently. No, don't want that. I do not want that saturation. Yes, sandbox. What's hazard pay? British Mushroom hazard pay is when you're in the military, you get paid a regular like pension. Like, I don't know. I don't think pensions are a word. A regular paycheck. But when you deploy, you get an added bonus to your paycheck. So it's like X amount of extra money, and that's called hazard pay because you're on deployment and you're not at your safe home base. So that's what hazard pay is. And especially because he's being deployed with the whole Iran situation, he's 100% getting hazard pay. It looks beautiful. I don't know what looks beautiful, but shout out to that. Paste edits. Not bad. Okay, let's see if we can use these. Paste edits. A little too peach, a little too peach. Now a little too whatever. Okay. The charm, thank you. It's supposedly tax-free. I'm not sure if it's tax-free, I'm not gonna lie. But let's take... Yeah, a little too vibrant here. Oh, I think that's alright. It's just like a base salary and a hazard pays a raise. Yeah, it's like a bonus, like an XP bonus. For every deployment, you get an XP bonus. There's a guy with a YouTube channel who makes similar stuff, except he uses them to mail animation with them. He uses them to mail... I'm a little confused. A tiny bit. A tiny bit. Couldn't tell you if it was or wasn't. I don't know either. XP bonus. You see what I'm saying? It is an XP bonus. And let's straighten it. Horizontal. And let's move you over a little bit. I don't like the... It doesn't look bad. Maybe I need to tilt it a little bit more. Mail, lot mail. Probably make animations. Oh, I see. Do you know when you'll stream next? I didn't even know I was streaming today. I'm not gonna lie. I just so happen to feel compelled to stream. So I really don't know, but I want to do more Tetris. I love Tetris. Why does she look so saturated? Maybe because I have saturated. Let me take the saturation down a little bit. Okay, maybe a little bit more contrast. Whoa. Tetris, you say? Listen here, Dark Virus. You don't even know. You don't even know. I can't stand your guts. My brain is too small for Tetris. So what you're saying is I should stop what I'm doing and play Tetris right now? Is that what you guys are saying? Because it kind of sounds like that's what you guys are saying. Alright, it's... Let me take this up to 19. Doesn't look too bad. I'll fix it later. Your voice does not match your model, says Adam. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think it kind of does, actually. Especially when I wear my little tank top. Like this. Because it looks kind of masculine. Because I have a very flat chest. I'm too lazy to move up my model right now. But I do have a very deep voice for a VTuber, all things considered. Masculine voice. I'll try to be more active in Discord with everything and how it picked up so fast. I've been able to be active. I mean, that's fair. It literally, again, like, I saw aircraft being deployed. Okay, now I realize it's way too yellow. Alright, that's gonna have to do. Copy edits. Tetris 6-hour break, you know what I mean? It's good to take mental health breaks. Look at that. What Miku can I use with my Miku wig? I don't know. The new V6 engine coming out. Do that one. Alright, let's see. Can we save her? Can we save her? A little too bright. I just catch a little bit of attitude, probably. Never do a fake high-pitched voice. It sounds really bad when I do. I will say. I can do like a softer voice. Like a quote-unquote more feminine voice, but yeah, I'm not really I'm not a high-pitched individual. Put you there. Tetris Pomodoro break, you might say. Fluffy ear wiggles, exactly. I love how the person did not elaborate. They're like, your voice does not fit your model. I'm leaving. Alright, maybe we'll... That's kind of accurate. Good night, everyone. I need school tomorrow. I have school tomorrow. See you later, gluten-free. I love the ears. Okay, we're a little too... Let's make this a little bit more green. Ah. We can add a little bit. No. That looks good. A little saturated, but you know, whatever. No school for us? No. Hell yeah. Alright, let me zoom in. Guess who has to pee again? Unfucking believable. I didn't mean to select that. Unfucking believable. Pee counter. What am I at? I'm at probably like number 3. Or number 4. Let's move it a little bit more horizontal. Nope, don't want that. Control Z. Vertical is what I wanted. There we go. I could... Let's not ever say anything like that again to Soto. Alright, it might be a little too tan. Well, I'm not in school anymore. I think I'll make some tea. Yeah, that was a good save, you son of a bitch. Alright, there we go. Oh, let's just put it at 14. Alright, unfortunately, I gotta pee again. BRB. Whoops, where's my mouse? There it is. BRB. I returned. I'm glad I'm not in school anymore, though. School for the military? Or just school in general? It's a blessing that you're using your natural voice, not the child lolly voice. I'm glad you think it's a blessing. Yeah, it put too much strain on my voice. You know? I just had some beet juice. Worst decision of my life. Beet juice is hit or miss. I do kind of like it. But just beets themselves kind of suck, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, we're looking at a little too warm here. Let me move it again. Definitely blessing. Your voice is nice. You think so? I used to be mad insecure about it way back in the day. Because I'm like, I sound very masculine. And again, especially at the time when I wanted to become a VTuber, it was like, everyone had like a high-pitched, like, lolly style voice. And I was like, I can never be a VTuber. Beats. I love the beat, as in, let me beat your ass. You're so funny. Okay, we're having a little too... Okay. Do I want it more pink or more green? Maybe. Whatever. Whatever. Let me fix this little fucking dot. It's bothering me. Whatever. I like the voice, at least for me it's soothing. I'm glad you think so. I'm starting to do this thing where I'm not blinking. I might need eye drops soon. No, I don't like that. Let's see. I'll add a little bit more pink. Let's do it to a 14. That's gonna have to do. I use our videos to sleep. Hell yeah. I prefer normal sounding voices than high-pitched forced tone. I will say me too. Me too, all things considered. You know? You can tell when it's like you can tell when people are having a fake voice. And to me, it's a pet peeve. But I hate when it's like, I mean, like, we're humans, like, we can, like, detect certain human characteristics. I hate when someone is very obviously, like, changing their voice and they're like, no, that's my real voice. And it's like, there's no way in hell that's your real voice. You're a grown-ass woman. I know some instances that is the case. You know? And like I've seen like people are like, oh, this is they have a real voice like this, and then like there's a clip of their voice like slipping up, which is totally fine. Like it's one thing to like have a high-pitched voice, but like just don't lie about it being high-pitched, you know what I mean? Teehee, you know. Concho, hello Concho! Thank you for the throne gifts. I hadn't had a chance to message you back, but I've never tried that flavor before, so I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate your comment on the video I made too. I was mad fucking just losing my mind when I made that video. And I'm like, I want to put something out, but I don't know what. But I am glad I kind of put it out there. Do you think Wolfie Chu's voice is real? I don't think I've heard her. I follow her on Instagram, but I don't think I've heard her speak. You know? There's difference between like a softer, very feminine voice versus one that like literally sounds like a toddler. You know, like when there's a few VTubers, they do the whole lolly thing, and then they sound like Tommy Pickles, and I'm like, this is horrible. Why would you do that? And especially in a day and age where nowadays, like, if you have different types of voices, it's more socially acceptable in the community. So why would you do that? Yeah, and the video was nice because of the honesty. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked it. I was just losing my fucking mind. But it was so funny. Dark Virus posted a clip of an old stream of mine, and I was basically saying exactly what I'm saying now, which is like, again, it's just like my emotions are so turbulent, and I thought the Lamictal would save me, and unfortunately it's not. It's only making me, it's making me more clear-headed. Because I thought Lamictal could help with my anger. And I used to get angry at, like, who fucking knows what in the past. But now Lamictal has just made my anger, like, more pinpoint. Like, when something makes me angry, I'm like, this made me super angry. So it's a gift and a curse. I think it's hearing her voice inflection. I doubt it's a fake voice fire. Yeah. I will say, it's like, all things considered, am a relatively lazy person. So putting on a voice is tiring. I know I did a softer voice when I first started streaming, and then over time I just kind of like changed my voice. I don't even know why, but I know I did used to use a softer voice. It was funny as fuck when you were second guessing if you felt sorry or not. All 3 KOs just showed up. That's true, because I'm like, is this even the proper word? It's like, I do feel sorry, but I don't feel sorry. Because it's like, why would I feel sorry for something that just exists, which is just me? I shouldn't feel sorry for that. And the mold that people, like, quote-unquote, want to see in me, I don't fit it. Do I feel sorry for that? Somewhat. I feel sorry because they thought I was something I wasn't. All 3 KOs this show, that's funny. There are some cases that there are people born with naturally high-pitched voices. Yeah, I have heard them, especially in person. But it's like, you can tell when they're forcing a voice. And then especially when you hear, like, a sound clip of either how they used to sound, which was completely different, or, their voice, like, being relaxed for a moment. It's like, there's nothing wrong with, like, using a voice. It's when they pretend like it's real. And then the community will do like backflips to be like, on God, no, this VTuber is different. Whoa. Zoom in way too much. I'm trying to get to a specific area. Down here. I love how I'm just like, I edit some of them, keep going, and edit some of them, keep going. Are you angry right now? Sorry if I pissed you off. Why the hell would you piss me off? Honestly, you're pissing me off by saying you're pissing me off. No, and 9 times out of 10, I'm angry at myself. Like, if somebody does something to me and it bothers me, I am technically angry at the person, but I am more angry at myself for letting this person get me this angry. So a lot of my anger is generally I don't want to say self-inflicted, but that's the first word that comes to mind. And Cypher, why would you make me angry? You're making me angry by even implying you could make me angry. It takes a special somebody, A special kind of person to make me angry. It takes a special person. Angry Fox Tomboy! Correct. Correct. Alright, let me fix this down here. Ooh, I zoomed in too much. Self-imposed, probably. Made significant by myself, yeah, self-imposed. I say would probably be the best way to put it. Because, like, again, like, when I'm angry at people, and again, it's just, like, their biggest crime is just they're dumb. I'm like, what is my dumbass even getting angry for? It's like getting angry at a toddler or an animal. You know? Like, what, like, it's... You're doing nothing. Alright, I think this one's all clean. Eh, it could be better. These photos didn't turn out the greatest today, but, you know, what can you do? Only Tasato can make you angry. You can make me pretty angry, I will say. You can make me pretty angry. But that's because you're just, like... Again, sometimes you're just so dumb. You're so unbelievably dumb. I'm like, how is this even physically and humanly possible? I'm gonna put you back over here. It's impressive. And again, sometimes you let your childish side get the best of you. Maybe turn down the vibrance. Let's try that. Whatever. Whatever. So smart wraps around to being dumb. Not the boy, don't play with me. Okay, maybe you're not dumb. Maybe you're just slow. A little too warm. I think Hayu makes me more angry. Why does Hayu make me so angry? It's like, I don't know. It's like we're genetic enemies. Like, I love Hayu. I'm like, wow, this is the greatest guy ever. And then he starts talking for longer than 3 minutes. And I'm like, I could kill him. I could kill him right here and right now. Because he's an officer in the military, probably. It's genetic. Isn't it because he's so confidently wrong? Yeah, very probably. I think it is like this fucking officer. Probably because you worked with him. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm like, this fucking snot-nosed son of a bitch thinks he knows everything just because he gets away with, bullying the fuck out of the people in the military. I'm like, this cocky snot-nose, what the fuck does he even know? Right? Are we just not gonna... There we go. Looks a little bit better. Not bad. Not bad. In defense of dumb people, even the smart ones have epically dumb moments. Exactly. I'm dyscalculic. I can't even process numbers properly. Jace Ace, could he make you mad? Jace Ace makes me frustrated. He makes me frustrated, but he's been really good recently. But it's like frustrated because it's like, I do want to be effective when I'm talking to Jace Ace. Like, I do want to help him. But sometimes what I'm saying doesn't land properly. And so I realize, like, I am not communicating effectively with him. I don't know if I like this one. Why is it so blue? And so he frustrates me because it's like, I'm trying to communicate to him sometimes and it's just not landing. But he doesn't really make me angry. Although that one time I was kind of angry at him, but I think that's the only time I've actually been angry at him. LOL says Dark Virus. Has Dark Virus made me angry? Let me think. I think there's like a difference between like somebody pissed me off, but make me angry. There's a big difference, I'd say. Paste. Not bad. I'm gonna go find something to do before I start going insane in my room. Are you already deployed or are you going to deploy? KO can't communicate, not effectively with everybody. There are some people I can communicate really effectively with, but then there are other people who, I just can't. I can't communicate with them effectively. Like, we're just not, we're not seeing eye to eye. I think we have a little too much pink here. Yeah. Turn it down to an 8. Dark Virus, you get my friend request on Discord. I love how Angel Plays just made a Discord today and is friend requesting absolutely everybody. Can't say. Good luck with what you find to do. Dark Virus couldn't make you angry if you tried. Oh, I was kind of angry at him though for thinking I'd play along with the alternate accounts. I was like, this bitch got me fucked up if he thinks I'm gonna play along. So I was angry there. But it's like, to me, angry is kind of like long term. And he just mostly pissed me off with that one. Okay, Homura doesn't look too bad. Why would I want to make her angry? She's my sweet goddess. You are so funny. Oh, that's true. Both times he left definitely pissed you off hard. The first time, it didn't really piss me off, because, like, I will say people have the freedom to, like, leave and come and go as they see fit. It was the fact he thought I was gonna play along. I was like, this bitch got me fucked up. What if he thinks I'm gonna play along? Right? I think that looks okay. I think this is a good photo of her. Maybe. Forgot to take a picture of all the donuts this morning. Oh, I love donuts. Oh my god, why would you even say those words? That sounds amazing. Caleb, what is your username? Angel, aren't you like 17? That is a good question. How old are you, Angel, by the way? If you don't mind sharing, if you don't want to share, don't share. I feel like it looks crooked. Maybe just the charm itself is kind of crooked. Alright, put you there. Paste. Not bad. I don't like this Miku charm. Ooh. This might be another one I have to retake. Huh. I can never betray that big floofy cute tail. Thank you. Okay, this is a little too... I gotta look at the histogram. Highlights, get over there. Shadows are a little too high. Blacks. Okay, this looks just terrible. This looks way too oversaturated. Okay, this doesn't look too bad. But it just looks too... Oh, not bad. How are things going with the hole today? They're going quite alright. My mouth kind of hurts a little bit. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. I was taking all of these photos, so that was kind of nice. I do like it when I'm productive, and I really gotta finish updating my store. I don't know if I like this one. I'm gonna try to get rid of some shadows. Oh! Not bad, but I don't like it. Maybe too much pink? Huh. Go! Says Roma Ronin. This is a Kanye reference. Will you do one of those charm ads like the robber meme? I don't know what robber meme you're talking about. I don't really like this one. But so I'll just keep going. I'll come back to it later. I think it doesn't look bad. Angel, we don't know you, just accept your friend requests. Depending on, if I get the vibe of someone and I'm like, oh, I'll accept a friend request. It's not that serious. But the reason why 9 times out of 10 I don't accept someone's friend's request is because they start getting too close to me. And I'm like, I can smell the ulterior motives here. Okay, let's put that a little bigger because she's a little wider. Yeah, like that. No, you're just a goat. Thank you. I'm a fox, but you know, who's keeping track? I love how you can do this. Okay, well. Why does it do that? I love how you can make it a little straighter. Because I took these at an angle, because if I put them up properly straight, the glare would get on them. So it's nice that I can do this. Or are they trying to get you to click a link? Boom, data breached. I usually don't. Hi, Ace Down, how are you doing? I usually don't click on links. Whoa, we're still doing crop? Yes. Alright, whatever. Next. Let's see. Can we save her? Can we save her? Again, a little too peachy. How do I get rid of this peach thing? Okay. Just like this. Not bad, not bad. Maybe a little bit more blue. Miku the long way. Okay, now let's add a little bit more vibrant Shata Kaga. I know some of my white charms are just really, really fucking hard to photograph. It looks a little blown out. We'll see. Is there a main save button so you don't lose progress? It automatically saves. Like, that's what's nice about Lightroom of all things. Everything else is... Lightroom is pretty good. It's an Adobe prescription, but it's a pretty good software, all things considered. So yeah, it's auto-saving as I, continue. And it syncs as well for my other devices, which is nice. Okay, she doesn't look too bad. I'll have to just check and see what these look like when I finish them. Let's try that. Let me make it a little bit more straighter. Horizontal. Don't want that. Control Z. I want vertical. There we go. Nice. Nice and beautiful. Hey, yo, guys. KO the Fox, fabulous online executive. I'll take it. Why not? Fabulous online executive. Why not? KO, what is a Discord code? I sent you the link to it. You already joined it. You already joined the Discord. And see you later, Caleb. Good luck on your, getting deployed. I might have to use some eye drops. My eyes are getting really dry. In the description. Yeah, it's also in the description, but I messaged you it, the link. I think you all need it. Think about the hazard pay. Think about the hazard pay. A little too bright. Well, that looks terrible. That also looks terrible. Okay, we definitely can't move that. So let's take the blacks, maybe? This makes it really high, punchy, concentrated, or contrasted. Ooh, I might have to retake this one too. I'm not really liking this. I need to make her darker. That's like way too contrasted. Bye bye, Caleb. It was nice knowing you. Okay, let me see if I can fix the histogram and see if that helps us at all. Nope. She might just be SOL. Can I get the histogram looking anything good? No. That kind of looks more natural. That doesn't look too bad. No, it's tilt to. What the hell is going on here? God! I need some eye drops. Give me a second. I'm not blinking. Okay, coming back. She doesn't look too bad. It just looks like a little different from my normal pictures, which I guess isn't that big of a deal. Eye drops feel so nice. Ah. Shout out to almost being March. In March, in April, I have work due. I have company work. Fuck. I think I have something in my eye. I have company work due in April. In March, the first 2 weeks, I gotta do my fucking taxes. Give me a second, I have something in my eye. God, there's nothing worse than the feeling of things being in your eye. Alright, I think she's salvageable. Let me pick up my glasses so I can see. Guess who technically has to pee again? Life is tough. Life is tough. Okay. She doesn't look too bad. She just looks very bright. Yeah. She just looks very fucking bright. Maybe like right here? Anyone watch Strange Fate? No, I did hear about that though. Is that the new Fate series? I haven't had a chance to watch it personally. I don't really watch anime anymore, so I don't think I will, but you know. That doesn't look too bad. Tiny bit of vibrance, how about that? Okay. It does kind of suck too, because like I'm using a Wacom tablet to edit with my mouse, or my stylus. And it's kind of a slightly different color scheme than my computer. So I keep having to like go up and like hope it turns out well. It's a new Fate anime, it's pretty good. I heard about it. Okay, she doesn't look too bad. I think she looks kind of cute. What's her name again? Takao. Takao is her name. I took a picture of Atago too. But there was a piece of hair right on her eye, and I don't think it's salvageable. I think I'll have to just retake the photo. Alright, take you, make you vertical, a little wider. Look at that, cute. A little bit more. Not bad. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I like it. A little shiny, you can see the reflection on it, but shiny. Enterprise, my favorite ship girl. I have a charm of Enterprise. I don't know if I edited it yet, though. She's okay. My favorite is Intrepid, but that's because I like the actual ship. USS Intrepid. She looks cute. Shinobu. That's a pretty good one. I'll just lighten up the shadows because she looks good with a lighter color palette. I'm a little worried about the geometry. I want geometry. What the hell, Leonte? It's like sometimes I swear these just disappear. Oh, that's right, because it's right here, silly me. Are you in California? I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. Is where I am at. So no. Though it's hard to have one choice for ship girls. NT's a cute boat. She is pretty cute. I do like Intrepid, however. Take you like that. That should be good. Turn a little bit like that. Vertical. Make it a little bit more horizontal. I will say it's nice to like look at the lines on the stone to like line it up perfectly straight. It is very fucking nice. Cancoli or Azure Lane? I was thinking about actually doing a Kantai collection. Cosplay of Kaga specifically. I really liked her. It's like, why not, you know? Show that I'm an anime old head. But I will say, overall, Azure Lane, but I did like the cuteness. Like, there was like a charm to a Kantai collection, you know? Okay, distortion a tiny bit. There we go. Not bad. Alright, let me just move this a tiny bit. Cute! Look at that. That's a great one. Oh, forgot what I said though. Angel plays. I like the cuteness of Kantai for sure. Azure Lane, especially now. Yeah, it's like, that's the thing, is like, peak Azure Lane or like lewd Azure Lane. Because I'm not a fan of fucking this insanity that is the lewdness. So it's like, if you compare the two now, yeah, no, I don't like the insane Gooner Lane. Alright, moving along. Copy edit settings. Okay, excuse me. Azure Lane, Kantai, but Cancol boats keep their weapons better and look boatier. They do look boatier. I know exactly what you're talking about. Paste edit settings. Do you think Tasato should be a VTuber? I think so. I think so. Why not? Do you think you should be a VTuber, Angel Plays? I think you wouldn't do too bad as a VTuber. The only thing is, like, to me, most male VTubers visually just don't look that good. Like, the models themselves. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, male VTubers just, like, they just... I don't know, it just doesn't work. I don't know why. Okay, straighten. And now we want more vertical, like that. A little more horizontal. Take a little distortion off. A little bit more horizontal. Not bad, not bad. I'll take it. Tiny bit. Let's check it like that. Okay. Great. Perfect. Males in general don't look as good as females. I'd have to say that. And I think, like, that's what, maybe that's it. Is because the VTuber male looks too pretty. And so it's kind of like, it's a weird disconnect. Never in a million years. Never in a million years? He should be a VTuber? Okay. Alright. She's staying at Crow then. Alright, okay. Agreed. Males in general. I don't listen here, Dark Virus. Don't think I didn't see your most recent Discord profile banner update. I'm side-eyeing that answer of yours. Edit. Paste. Kind of too warm. Let's add a little bit of contrast. I don't want too much, because then it looks punchy. It looks punchy. She looks too saturated. Oh, listen here. Oh, the rainbow one. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is Dark Virus. All I'm saying. I'm side-eyeing that answer of yours. There's some information that's not exactly following that logic. You know? Would it make a difference if the model laid off the cute and tried to emphasize a form of handsome? I could see that, but it's like, I will say a lot of models do try to look handsome, but they just end up looking pretty to me. It's really hard. I will say, like, what's his name? I think a good example, like, of a good male VTuber model is, like, Shotos and Kyreo. They're both relatively simple male models. And I think the simplicity does them good. I think those, like, they're really well-designed male models. Because it's like, I think, like, with a lot of male models, it's like they're really over-designed. Alright, put you like that. Zoom in. Still a little too peachy. And definitely too saturated. Listen, Dark Virus, I know what you are. Okay, take that. Make it a little bit more horizontal. Not bad. Let's try it like that. There we go. What's the spelling? I think it's like Exoto. It's like, it's hard to spell. Let me see. Me? It says Dark Virus. Kyrio. I think that's one of them. Is it like that? And like Shoto has like this weird X in the middle of his name. He has like 1 million followers on I think Twitter. And it's like they're very simple, rounded, like faced male VTubers, but they're also like slightly sharp at the same time. It's a really good job. I think they like try, like a lot of VTubers like try to make their model too sharp because like quote unquote angular features on a male is what's attractive to women, but it starts to look a little too angular. Maybe Dallas down? Not bad. I'm just a girl, Teehee. You know? I know you are a girl. I know you are a girl, my dear Dark Virus. I am well aware. This looks okay, I guess. Copy edit settings. Paste. I still don't like how red's saturated. Why is it so fucking saturated? But it doesn't look good if I do that. It's punchy. Let's see. Lower the contrast, maybe? No, that's not it. Let's get rid of the black. Oh. It doesn't look it. Agreed on the angular look. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because, like, a lot of times they were like, they look too pointy. Whoops. Control Y. Whoops. I think we just lost that. Rip. Alright, whatever. We'll take it. The only male VTuber I've ever seen is Nux. His design's okay. He, like, to me, does not look very VTuber-like. I like the way his model moves, though. I think it's ugly, like visually, like attractively wise. Like it's a good model, but the character itself is ugly. But I think that's like the whole point. Like he's supposed to be like a humanized version of the skeleton man. But I do like the way it moves. Like how his mouth is crooked. I do like that a lot. Hello, cute creature from my page. Hello, Great Lakes. How are you doing? Nux sucks, man. I don't know a lot about him, but I do know he calls himself a slop tuber, and I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was hilarious. He's like a slop tuber. Again, with the punchy look. What is going on here? Okay. Let me see. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, my peaks are a little too high. Blacks make it more leveled. Maybe the contrast is what's ruining it. This takes away saturation. What the? On one stream I modded for, we experimented with using slightly more square jaw that made such a difference on masculine looks. Your artwork is so cute. I love looking at all your charms. I'm glad you like looking at it. Because I don't. I'm not gonna lie. This is the hardest part about like product photography is I look at my old artwork and like it looks so bad to me. So I'm glad you're at least enjoying it. Let's try it. No, that looks fuck ugly. Like what the hell is this hair shading on this charm, you know what I mean? This was literally my first charm I ever sold. So I mean I guess that's fair. I guess it's fair, it's not perfect. They were trying to improve on drawing men and offered the suggestion to see if that worked. I see, I see. Nux used to make good anime story character dissections, but then he started slopping. He started slopping. Like, the idea of being a slop tuber is so fucking funny to me. I will say, like, when people, like, go in a direction I don't like, that's, like, it's totally fine. But when they deny the fact that they're going in that direction, that's where it's, like, finds annoying. But when they 100% acknowledge it, I think it's mad funny. And even though I don't like them, I respect them for acknowledging it. You know what I mean? Should I make fan art for Dark Virus? I bet he'd love to see that. I bet he'd love to see that. Let me lower this out. No. Okay, this is too punchy. Look how far you've come. I know, this character looks terrible. Like this drawing? Let me see real quick. Hold on. Versus... This is my most recent Monica. Oh, whoops, sorry, didn't double tap. There's a huge difference in the quality overall. Look at all these edited photos. Good God. I needed to do a little bit more editing, but I really like this one the way it turned out. Oh, look at that. Angel plays, are you a girl? iDubbbz. Oh God, iDubbbz. Hello, Da Head Chu? How are you doing? Oh God, iDubbbz. Rest in peace, that guy. Oh no. Oh no, looking at these far away, I don't know if I like them. They're very blue. I might have... let me see. I might have to just retake these. Every single last fucking one of them. Tetris break? I don't know. Let me try adding this filter. Looks... I hate doing anything. Okay, maybe that's a little too much now. What is this, 7? I'll put it that. 2016 iDubbbz will verbally puke on 2026. I know, it's unbelievable. I gotta pee again. RIP BRB. I return. You're on a pee strike. I know. I know. What is wrong with me? Alright, let's go back to my... Okay, once I added that kind of filter, it doesn't look too bad. Alright, let me go back to here. Okay, what was this? We changed it to a 10. We changed the temperature to a 10. Change it to a 10. That one was not even changed at all. Okay, hold on. Copy this. Dark Virus, and you finally got my name right. I'm happy I get to catch stream for once. I appreciate you being there. I'm also paying attention to what you're doing to the photo. I both haven't touched up a photo in a long time and also do graphics at work, so it's giving me ideas. Hell yeah. That's good to hear. But a lot of it's just trial and error, honestly. This one was alright. Still a little too blue, but I mean, technically it's in the range. Let me try making it up 10 then. Make this one 10. Not bad. It's not good. Alright, whatever. The photo slop. Look at my Suisse one. Yeah. Hi, Raina! A Randall TurboTax ad in Sonopod. Hell yeah. You weren't kidding about the snow just shoveled. We live a man at work around here. My Xiao Miku. I think she looks okay. I might have to take a look and see how these look on my my Mac computer. Alright. Saber looks good. I didn't even put that Teto up. Alright, I can just delete you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where'd you go? Delete. Here are all the chaos of charms that are banned, dodgy to own, starting with number 1. Which one, Reina? Which one? Starting with number 1, which one? Alright, let's take, I like this coloring. Copy. Actually, I gotta copy this one first. Copy. Paste. A little too peachy, but whatever. I don't think this is gonna do. I need a blue color one to copy. Hold on. Let's try her. Copy edit it. Tetris collab when you aren't busy. Maybe in March. What date in March if I were to ask? Okay, a little too peachy as always. I think these photos are just not. Ooh, that doesn't look bad. Oh, that looks pretty good. Okay, I just think we need to do something. Maybe expose it? That doesn't look too bad. Alright, okay, this one doesn't look too bad. Alright, you guys, we are so back. We are so black. We are so black. We are so black! Alright, out there. My vanilla is sold out. I really gotta put her back in stock. Okay, she turned out cute! What are you doing for Leaf collab? That's a good question. I love how we all, including Leaf himself, forgot. Super Sonico, how to get the hard on with this one. Any of the girls' frontline charms, Blue Archive Future Diary, says Reina. Okay. Okay. Alright, put you there. Now, make this a little bit more straighter. Guys, imagine some warm brownies right now. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Bam. Look at that. Not bad. Not bad if I do say so myself. Even better when I turn down the vibrance a little bit. She turned out cute. Super Sonico. Copy edit settings. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm trying to go to other one. See, like, it was such a dull, ugly color. Bam. Bam. Gorgeous. Also, Doki Doki Literature Club and Milk Party. These photos are so nice. Thank you. It's funny. They look way obviously better when you edit them. Look at that. Beauty. Alright, let's see. Can I use the same settings? Paste. I can! A little warm. Gunzoot height. Where's Leaf? Our German man. Thank you. Photo looks better when edited. Who would have guessed? But I mean, like, you know. Okay, let me take you back a little bit because she's a little wide. She's a little bit of a thickie. This is a cute. Okay, shout out to this. Okay, she's a cute Nekopara. Not bad. Leaf went to sleep during Tasano stream. You're gonna leave your finger in the photo? No, you silly Billy. I crop it out. I always get 2 for longer charms. Yes, I'll do a 3, but I try to get 2 chain links so that all the charms are kind of like the similar like distance away from each other, until they look more uniform. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. That is a good photo. Thank God we had some success out of this batch. Good lord. And how could I forget Nekopara? Whack. Do you remember, Reina? Do you remember my first set of Nekopara charms? I redrew all of them. And I stopped selling the old ones. Paste. Paste. Maybe edit the shadow on this one. Yeah, it looks a little better. Copy. Hello, blue-haired lady. Things been going well? All things considered. Some of my photos kind of like, you know, you can't win them all, but these ones turned out pretty good. Reina remembers every single charm in existence. Reina, I would like to do a Kaoza, what's it called? Quiz one day. I think you'd come in first place. Shout out to my little Azuki, the cutest one. Because I do my homework on your store. Chat should do the same. Agreed, Reina. Reina, they don't know me. Like I said, Reina, if you want my black Pinkie Pie standee, I can send it to you. If your address is the same, just let me know. I saw that you said you wanted it. And you know, it's Black History Month! I think these turned out good. Alright, I'll definitely Omega edit these right now, because I need to update them on the store. Yes, please. Okay. I gotta find your address and I'll confirm and I'll send them to you. Alright. Let's zoom in. KO Podcast! That's basically what I'm doing now, honestly. All things considered. I will say again, like, you guys can see on my screen, you see the back of the character, excuse me, like the crop area. But when I'm looking up at my screen, it's like a cropped version, so I can see it like line up perfectly, and it is so nice. So I can see exactly what I'm cropping. Like how it's gonna look cropped, I mean to say. Okay. Horizontal, turn it like that. There's a tiny bit of distortion. There we go. Good. Look at that! Yeah. And just like that, I have to get the happy robe or Suisse. Reina, I'll send you the happy robe too. I'll send you the happy robe too. It's on the house, Reina. You support me for so long, and you're one of the biggest Kaoza fans. Right, let's crop this out. Using the chain the way they gotcha all them is low-key brilliant. I know. Sometimes, okay, not to toot my own horn, but sometimes I'm like, damn, I am smart. Oh my gotcha. There was something I did the other day. I was like, wow, I can't believe I even came up with that. It may have been these houses in general for photography. I don't remember what it was though. Now I need to get my money up to pay you nicely. Don't worry about it. Take your time, Reina. Take your time, Reina. Like I said, it's on the house, Reina. I'll send you those things for free. You just gotta remind me if I forget. That's my biggest crime nowadays. I just forget. Look at your ego inflate. Whoa, 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 whoa. My ego is huge. My ego is huge already. What are you talking about? It's already inflated. Oh yeah. Look at that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I need to crop this one. Only sometimes! I will say, believe it or not, guys, all things considered, I hold back with my ego. I am actually very humble, hashtag. It doesn't appear it. It doesn't look like it. But I am actually pretty, humble as far as things go. You call the shots here, Reina. Hell yeah. Put that there. Same, super humble. You know, I like, these people don't even know. These people don't even know how humble I technically am. It could be so much worse. I think that, let me see how it looks for this one. Cropping is a little different. We're at the middle of the 3. Let's move it down. Your merch is interesting because most people, they not make the back of the characters. Yeah, that's, I would say, a big part of why my artwork and my products are so successful is specifically because I draw the back. It takes a fuck ton of extra time to draw the back. Because you're just drawing, like for this example, you're drawing two different pictures. Most people just like change the expression to like a smile versus like angry or something. And that's very easy. It's very easy to do that. But it's way harder to draw the entire fucking back of the character. Even funnier is when I think I mentioned this before, is when there's no official reference for the back. So I just have to like make it the fuck up. But yeah, it does take a lot of extra effort. But people do appreciate that, you know. So my artwork is successful, things considered. And to me, it just makes the character look so much like cuter. Cause like now it looks like an actual like an actual character versus just like, hey, here's a keychain, you know what I mean? It looks like a little friend. And I will say a big thing that gave me the idea, the first character I ever thought of making a keychain of was I was working at this job called why am I just like, I don't know if I've ever said that publicly, so I'm not gonna say it actually now I think about it. I was working at this medical job, and it was like assembly line where you just like assembling pieces of medical disposables, and I was so lonely. I was like, I really want a friend. I'm like, let me make a Yuri charm, because at the time I was playing Doki Doki Literature Club and I did the Yuri route. I'm like, let me make a friend so I can carry her to work with me. And then I started making the charm, and then I was like, I don't know what the fuck I can do for the back, because I'm not very creative. And I was like, what kind of alternate expressions? So many other artists have done like their distorted faces as the back, and I'm like, I don't want to do what everyone else has done. And I couldn't think of anything else, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna draw the back. You can't go wrong. So it was like a mixture of wanting a friend and being lazy at the same time, because I couldn't think of anything to do for the back. Doc Central, you know what I mean? That was so funny, actually. Alright, not bad. Almost super doxed yourself. I know, that was really funny, actually. You take after your father. My father's gonna dox the hell out of me. Alright, anyone seen The Masked Singer? I've heard about it. But personally, I have not seen it. Isn't that where, like, celebrities, like, sing? I don't know. Ooh, my cheek is itchy. Did I do any vertical? I did. Hiya, Jace. Everyone's happy to see Jace the Ace. Yeah, celebrities sing while wearing elaborate costume to conceal their identities. I see. That certainly is an idea. Sounds like VTubing, but with a little bit of extra steps. Not bad. Alright, I also need to add this one. Right, paste. She's looking a little washed. Howdy, Jace Ace. Hope you're feeling better. I'm feeling fine. Probably just overeat. You're real and true for that. Sometimes you just overeat. Not the best. It might be the saturation that's kind of throwing me off. Let's try making it a little sharper. Sharpen, because this one kind of blurry. DDLC really messed me up. I actually thought I'd be able to actually stop certain pilot events from happening. I learned the hard way. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Say, have I told you about how I threw up in the first day of school? I don't think you've told me about how you've thrown up, Jace Ace, but feel free. Feel free to let me know. Alright, I actually like these, these settings. Paste. Alright, let's crop you. Such is life. Concho? Exactly. I will say the game itself was okay. I wasn't a huge fan, but it was good, but it wasn't like amazing, you know what I mean? But then also like, I don't know what I'd even consider amazing as far as visual novels go. I played Higurashi too, and I was just like, I don't know. I don't know about this one. Alright, vertical. Oh, this doesn't look too bad. I think the light colored background looks really good with her. This is also Rocky Miku, thank you. This is Miku Expo 2024. Not bad. Crop. So you guys see though, you guys see how long this fucking takes me to edit all this? It takes me fucking forever. It is, and it stinks. I miss the signs where as a teen as another person's my youth was suffering. Since then I've been hypersensitive to that kind of stuff. Huh. I'm a little confused. I feel like there's a little bit of missing context here. Let's see. That needs to go a little bit higher. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that definitely needs to go higher. Maybe that's too high though. Let's try make it a little bit more vertical. Alright, let's see where we're at. Okay. More vertical. Whoa, 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 wrong tab. Much better. Still a little off, but not bad. I do like the saturation better. Oh, this looks more natural though. Chat, some people are wild as fuck, really. Why is that right now? And what people, I do wonder. Seems like you might be subtweeting somebody right now. Time to clean up this mess. See, this is like power washing simulator if you really think about it. You know, let's make that a 2. Such colorful language! Such colorful. I do like colors, what can I say? Take that, put that there, put this here. I don't know what you're doing here. Man, you can zoom in so much on these photos. Look at this. What have I eaten today? I ate a burrito. I ate a frozen bean and cheese burrito. I put some cheese on it. I was out of sour cream. So I feel like my stomach's kind of rumbling. What else did I eat? Oh, I had a slice of pizza. There's others since then have shown signs that I've actually been able to help because I didn't want to experience loss like that. I'm assuming you're implying that like a friend as a kid killed himself, if I'm not mistaken. And you don't want that to happen again. It's a very touchy subject when it comes to suicide. I will say, after I went through the pain of my physical tooth infection, for the longest time I kind of had the sentiment that it's like a coward's move in a way to kill yourself. And then I went through that physical pain. And I'm like, if people are experiencing this much pain, I 100% understand A, why they kill themselves, and B, why they turn to meth and stuff like that as a means to like get rid of the pain. But psychologically, it's a very touchy subject because like people said, what, Migmag? It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You know, I do think there's some instances where it's understandable why people kill themselves, but I think a majority of the time it's sad and it shouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? Whoa, whoa, it's suicide. That is correct, I see. You can speak more freely. It's easier for me to understand if you speak more, clearly. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I'm like, I don't know exactly what you mean. He fell for the same category Dark Virus fell for too. Surprised you didn't say unalived. Nah. I think that stuff's kind of cheesy. And it's like, I think, like, worse, the video gets demonetized, and I do not care if it gets demonetized, you know what I mean? God, there's so much debris over here. So much debris in so little time. Meek Mag! I heard her meowing at the door. We making these pennies, you know? I'm just trying to make a penny out here. Hello, Moochiro, how are you doing? Algorithm speech takes away so much from actual conversations and topic. Yeah, it's very immature. It's, and, like, sometimes, like, I will censor myself just to, like, so I don't sound as bad, but I very rarely say the unalived. Because that's just fucking stupid. You know? Clip that chat! Get him while you can, says Reno. Agreed, that's why I've actually sat with people listening to Clarify and gave them space to have someone to really listen to pain so they might feel relief. A lot of the times, like, the way I see suicide is people don't want to kill themselves, they want to kill the life that they currently live. And of course, the only way they can think to do that is by killing themselves. But I think the majority of people, not everyone, the majority of people do want to live, but they want to live a good life. And if their current life isn't good, that's why they turn to suicide. CNN and these boomer channels never say unalive. Exactly. We gotta be more like boomers in CNN. It's always the kids that say, the younger demographic channels say that stuff. So, I mean, it's like a serious topic. Suicide is a serious topic, but it's a topic we should talk about. You know what I mean? Because that's what makes it so... A lot of times people feel very isolated in their feelings, and that's what causes them to, quote-unquote, lead the herd of humanity by killing themselves. You know, so if we talk about it more openly, it's, I think it's a more productive thing. You know? Zoomers are boomers! One such... Hi, girly! Hello, Divine, how are you doing? One such person I stopped has been forever grateful because they met the love of their life not too long after the fact. I will say, I'm not gonna lie, sorry chuds, sorry incels, like, every time I've seen a person fall in love, it cures, like, all their problems. Like, it was so funny, because, like, I really related to the, artist, the songwriter, Kid Cudi. I don't really want to call him a rapper. He makes very emotional music, and he has BPD, and I've always related to a lot of the stuff he sings about, and, like, he's always kind of, like, talked about his anger being a negative thing, and I really related to him throughout the years. And then out of nowhere he had like this recovery album. This fucking cat, give me 1 second, I'm gonna see if she'll come in. She is so annoying. She meows at the middle of the doorway, and then when I go to get her to come her in, and she runs because she's trying to get me to go to her dish. It is not her fucking dinner time, Big Mag. You big fatty. But anyway, so Kid Cudi has like this really mental health recovery album, and I'm like, man, what did he start taking? I want to take whatever, he's clearly on something. Something that, like, helped cure his, like, mental illness, pretty much. Come to find out, the bastard got married. I was like, the cunt fell in love. No wonder why he's cured. This son of a bitch. Leaving the rest of us behind. Which his new album is fucking fantastic. You guys, Truman Show. He talks about taking his life into his own hands. Like, he can't... Like, life is your own Truman Show. You can control it. You know, you're the villain. You're the villain and the victim of your life. So take that into consideration at all times. Fan-fucking-tastic song. Never enough for these cats. You know what I mean? Like, fucking... And it's like, I tried grabbing her, and she just sprints to the dish. And I'm like, no. Truman Show was damn good. It really was. We gotta find you that rich husband, Chaos. I know. Listen here. Listen here. I guess I give off too much broke energy. That's why I'm not attracting any rich people. That brings me the next vocal stem I had from you. What is that, Raina? Which one? Which one was your vocal stem? It fixes all mine for sure, says Tasato. Huh. They're often looking for an exit from the suffering and often it's used as a desperate last cry for help, but finding a way out of the suffering can be hard depending on the circumstances. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's like the majority people. I would say, yeah, the majority of people don't understand that a lot of their behavior is self-imposed, and that behavior is what adds up over time to suicidal, like, ideation and tendencies. You know, for example, like, it's been so, because again, like, I've been injured with my exercising, but exercising is, like, something that can really help depression. And it's like pulling fucking teeth to get back into exercising when I haven't done it for so long. But I know every single day I don't exercise, I literally feel fucking worse. So it's like the behavior of this, like, bed rotting and stuff like that. Like, it's going to be painful to get you out of the bed rotting circumstance. It's gonna be painful to brush your teeth. It's gonna be painful to go take a shower. Yeah, we get that, you know? That comes with the depression. It makes these small things painful, but you still have to do it. You know? You have to. Because, like, what, opposed to what? Not doing it forever? What kind of logic does that make? You have to push yourself, you know what I mean? To do these, like, hard things. That's life. You give the I'm here to save the children vibes. Why not? Added Truman to my watch list. So not the show. Kid Cudi made a song called The Truman Show. It's a song. The Truman Show itself, I was not a fan of. I was like, this is kind of boring. But he wrote a song called The Truman Show, and that's what, I really liked. Yes, and that's exactly what I've said with them so that we can find a good exit that doesn't involve leaving this life. I think my chat was yeeted from the platform right now. That's not good. That's not good. But yeah, it's like a lot of people, again, there's a book called The Comfort Crisis that really talks about it, where they just want to live in comfort. They want to live in pity all the time. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And like, people need to learn that you can change a lot of your perspective and circumstances. You can go through hard things and change your demeanor to be more optimistic. It's a fact. A great book for that is this book called The Man's Search for Meaning. It is a psychiatrist. He was in the Holocaust. And while he was there, he kept journals of absolutely everything, and he studied the people around him, the other prisoners in the Holocaust, to see how they acted. And he talks very, very significantly about changing your perspective. And even though they were like literally the prisoners in the Holocaust, they watched people get slaughtered, they had this very morbid sense of humor that allowed them to keep going and to survive. You know, obviously not everyone survived. And it's like he talked about like, you know, like learning certain things, like to hide you know, to hide his injuries and stuff like that, and how hard it was to see people who didn't think to hide their injuries. They would just be sent to a line to get, like, killed. So it's like, that's a very, very impactful book. And at the end of the day, a lot of people don't like this. A lot of people don't like this, but, like, you have to understand, other people do have it worse than you. You know what I mean? There's somebody out there who just, like, lost the ability to walk. There's someone out there who just got diagnosed with cancer. They're having a way worse day than you, you know? And it's like, you really should, to the best of your ability, it is hard sometimes, because life is hard. You need to be grateful, you know, that you are in good health, and you have some control over your life. You know, that's how I see it. Ab wheels mats for your knees are cheap. Hell yeah. Okay, first of all, I cannot do ab wheels. I will say, for me specifically, I have, like, lower back scoliosis, so, like, those lower back pressure exercises are not the best for me. But absolutely, I could be doing calisthenics. You know, I do have an ab wheel, funny enough. That thing is the devil. That thing is the devil. Alright, I think I'm good with this editing. Let me see. Unless I missed some of it down here. Look at that. She's beautiful and stunning. Yeah. On to this one. Kid Cudi with Chance the Rapper, my comfort rappers. Chance the Rapper. I don't think I've ever listened to anything by him. Enough money earned by contributing to a decent job helps brain health too. Absolutely. Money is a big whatever. A big motivator to keep living. And it's like, I've like been completely powerless without money. So that's why I work so hard, because I never want to feel that feeling of powerlessness ever again. You know? And it's like my dad, when he came from Trinidad and Tobago, I don't know if you guys have probably heard like a Caribbean accent, like a Jamaican accent. It's very, very thick. And so he had a very, very thick accent when he came to America. Big bag. And people used to make fun of him for it, and I think he actually got in trouble one time in the military because of it. Because they'd make fun of him. Because he couldn't really speak proper English. And so he spent a bunch of time learning and educating, reading like old philosophical books and literary books to get a good vocabulary and to speak more clearly. And now he's a fantastic speaker. He sounds like a poet when he talks. You know, so it's like you can use your weaknesses and strengthen them. That's also another thing. People don't realize, like, you can strengthen yourself. The brain and this neural plasticity is a pretty impressive thing. I fully understand that, my liege, says Raina. You're funny. I now see why you're referred to as Dr. KO in the Discord. Referred to by who? I've never heard anyone call me that. We just went to school and learned from the professor. Hell yeah. You're so funny. It is funny though. It's like accountability is like a little mental health clinic. That's hilarious. Me, Dark Virus, you know what I mean? Oh, did you really? You're silly Billy if you did. Nice and clean, nice and clean. See, the thing is like my Miku Expo charm is actually sold out. So as soon as I actually edit this one off stream, I can put it back in stock. Same for my vanilla and chocolate ones. Ooh, look at this mess over here. Not bad. I called you that when Jace was like, I have diabetes or cancer. Oh, he's so funny. Paging Dr. KO is a... He's so real for that. I had like this really bad bout of health anxiety, and God, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. It sucked. But it's like, he's like describing like flu symptoms. It's flu season. He's like, I have cancer. I started watching to get away from lectures, not to wait. Oh wait, this is actually pretty interesting. Hell yeah. No, I only lecture post the majority of the time. Or rather, it's my preference. Like I said, I do like talking about these things, but to kind of like find the period or time to talk about them, that's the hardest part. Chat, if you want to swoop in and take #1 in leaderboard, then donut, super, or send a gift, says Raina. Raina said, don't forget to support the stream. Raina, you are so precious. See, this is what I'm saying, Raina. You're my biggest supporters. Raina's been following me forever. It is funny the people who have stuck around, who knew me from my art account first, and then joined the VTubing community. Raina's right! Thank you for your membership! For 13 months, Stargazer. I hope you're doing well, all things considered, Stargazer. I hope you're getting your life in order. All I'm saying is, depending on how we go and approach Iran, they might be doing military sign-on bonuses. So take that into consideration. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, Sato. How much we talking, Raina? KO's.store, look at that. Raina, you just made your paycheck right there. Don't worry, on God, Raina, I'll send you a care package. Oh, Raina, any of the older charms that you're missing that I don't sell anymore? Thank you for being a member, Contra. I appreciate it. Any of the older charms you're missing that I don't sell anymore, I can get them free, Raina. I think, if I still have them in stock. That's called being a hypochondriac. It was so bad. It was so unbelievably bad. Like, I was 100%, like... Because the problem is, like, I have, like, OCD. So it's like I will proc these stupid like sub OCD categories. And the hypochondria was probably one of the worst ones I went through. I also, again, a little TMI, not really TMI, just not attractive to say the least. I went through a really bad, when I was really stressed in the military, of dermatilia mania, which is basically like you like scratch at your skin and like pick at your skin like crazy. I went through a really bad version of that. So I will say that was close. That was close to being my worst, but I think the hypochondriac was the fucking worst thing. Raina is the actual #1 Chaosa collector, more than Chaosa herself. Exactly. I'm not worried about my health the way I see if I die. It's not my problem anymore. No more forgetting my lesrodone and having got off of 2 days while everything's stabilizing. What is lesrodone? Lesrodone, what is that? But still, why do you see life like that? I think you should want to live. There's this quote that Nietzsche said where it's, fuck, I always fucking forget it. It was basically saying... I always forget it. I'm not even gonna butcher it. I can't even, like, conceptually remember it. Hold on. On God, it was a good quote! Just take my word for it. Damn it. I posted it. Mood stabilizer. Oh, okay. How is that working for you? I'm taking Lexapro. I don't know if you guys saw, but it definitely is just making me angrier. But it's like on God, I'm manifesting. I have come to terms with the fact I'm just a hater. I'm just an angry person. Because my anger is giving me strength. I sit here and with everybody, I can see the faults right away. I always see the negative, but I'm able to help people correct those negatives into something positive. You know what I mean? I just have to accept it. You know, because I'm so angry and I have such negative emotions, I've been able to become a good artist. Because I'm like, oh, this doesn't look good. No one's gonna buy that. Let me fix it. Let me keep fixing it until it sells. I have to understand that's just who I am. On God! On God. Trust me, it was a good quote. It was like, fuck, I think it was on my... Hold on. Let me go through... Okay, search. From... me. K-A-Y-O-Z-I-A. From me. Media. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. You see how that's a fucking mouthful? He who has a why to live for can bear almost anyhow. Meaning if you have a reason to live, you can bear almost any pain to endure it, to go through it, to achieve your dream. Hashtag bars, exactly. Let the hate flow and guide you. As long as I can... The thing is like when the hatred starts to get uncontrollable, and I'm starting to take it out on innocent people, that's where it's a problem. But I'm always so good at finding the things I don't like the most. You know what I mean? He who has a wife to live. Being observant and smart doesn't make you angry, but it does make you more prone to see problems that bother you. Yeah, but me personally, it's like I get angry. I get angry at incompetency. A lot of the times, like sometimes like people will come to me, because again, like I do like give a lot of people advice in my perspective of things. And it makes me, a lot of the reason why I respond is because it makes me so angry that they would even think with such illogic in the first place. And so I'm like, let me fucking come here and let me set the record straight. So it's literally based in negativity. Like when Clea, like I was going in on him in an accountability this weekend. And it just made me angry how like dumb his like perspective was on certain things. And so that anger propelled me forward to be like, no, you're seeing this wrong. You know what I mean? Your favorite quote from him, you know what I mean? You just come to us, sweet goddess, you're just a girl. You're so funny. Hi, Cyber Mirai, no Tenchi. Hello, Cyber Fairy, or excuse me, Cyber Angel, how are you doing? You did talk about it in that VOD, I'm watching it now. Oh, France. What did I talk about? I don't even remember. I live in spite of the circumstance. The circumstance knew that I would be too powerful. They didn't give me autism, depression for the weird bipolar, not bipolar thing. First of all, hashtag same and real. I am not bipolar. You know what I mean? I don't even see it like that. I don't even see like, oh, the world nerfed me because I'd be too strong. I've gotten a lot of benefits. I will say, like, I've gone through a lot of mental turmoil. I've had some really low lows. I've had some very violent lows. But it's made me into an individual who can see a very high spectrum of emotion. And I can help people correct themselves when they're going through those emotions themselves. So if anything, honestly, all my pitfalls that I've gone through my life, all my struggles have made me a stronger person. And I am thankful in a way for it. God, does it fucking suck going through them. But as Kendrick Lamar said one time, you know, another scar might bless you. You know? LOL, pyro mechanic! Alright, calm down, he's not that funny. You're so funny. I had no reason to live for a long time. I waited a few years until I unfairly lucked out into a decent office job. I tried to have a why to live in previous jobs, but psychopathic managers. Yeah, you definitely have to. I think more people need to focus on getting goals, you know what I mean? Because for me, it's like, I care about the people I care about, and I want to be able to help them. So that's why I work so hard. Because, like, obviously, like, I have a very small community, but it's like, I've really changed the lives of some of the people in my community. And I couldn't have done that without having the free time to stream in Vtube in the first place. Because a model costs money. You know, I fucking pay a ridiculous amount of fucking money for this damn internet. I pay almost like $200 a month for internet, you guys. All for you! To stream to my 17 CCV! But it's like, because, like, you know, I've worked so hard I can afford those things, and I can help people this way. You know? So I don't regret any of it. I don't think there's really... I don't have a lot of regret... Oh. I didn't realize I was cropping at the top. I gotta fix that. I don't have a lot of regrets in life. And all pyromechanics! I mean, there is still a caring intention under that emotion, even if it's aggressively hidden under anger. Agreed, agreed. And that's why I do indulge it. You know? That's what I'm saying. It's like all emotion, like, is not bad. Anger by itself is not bad. I can just Photoshop it out. Look at that. That did not work. Damn it. Okay, maybe I heal this. Can I heal it? It's not even let me heal the canvas. Damn it! I'll have to Photoshop this. Pay mad money for internet. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Not gonna let them put me in the row room again. If you want context, ask. Otherwise, you're not gonna get it. I'm assuming you, I don't know. I've heard people go to the psych ward. I've almost voluntarily took myself to the psych ward. And then it was funny because, like, I had work due. I had a good opportunity to do work for a business, for a company, I mean. And I was like, damn, if I go to the psych ward, I can't get that done. And I'm pissing away in a fantastic opportunity. So that's why I didn't go. Alright. I need to crop you. Can I fucking see my screen for once? There we go. Anger will get you fired, blasted by your employers. Abso-fucking-lutely. That's why, I got kicked out of the military. Guys, you wouldn't believe it. Getting kicked out of the military, is kind of a flex. It's kind of a flex. Because it's really hard to do. Because usually what they want to do... Alright, we're at 2.5. Or 2.25, rather. They want to just send you to the brig. Which is the Navy prison. And it's as bad as it sounds. It's quite literally, like a jail cell. And they feed you bread and water only. They really started jacking up internet prices so hard when the millennial Zoomers started not getting cable TV. True. It's a lot for internet. It's ridiculous. Shout out to Las Vegas. But again, the solution is not to cry about the internet prices. The solution is to work harder so I can make more money to where it's not even bothering me. You know what I mean? That is the solution. I'll say this, okay. They won't let you in the psych ward. Whoa, buddy. We need to open up institutions. Howdy, KO. Hello, Renji. How are you doing? Just editing some photos. Cable TV is obsolete. It's crazy, like, whenever I, used to travel for conventions, I would, kind of toss it on at the hotel. And it's just so disgustingly riddled with ads. But I mean, like, look at YouTube now, if you don't have ad blocker. You know? Internet must be super fast, at least. It is, all things considered. I do have very fast internet. I heard you were working and wanted to see my Oshi. Thank you. I'm glad I'm your Oshi. It's always so exciting when people call me your Oshi. I'm cleaning up photography right now. Like all these old debris. Because when I take these photos, it's super high resolution, so I get debris on it from my cleaning cloth. I'm erasing them out. Night Cypher! I appreciate you being here. Gotta have a fun stream, exactly. Gotta go. Oh. Anytime I turn my TV, I can't believe how many ads they have. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's like this. It's like nauseating. Nice and beautiful. We're looking good. We're looking good. See, she doesn't have that much. Some of the charms literally don't have like as much debris. Okay, excuse me. Why are you making this ugly? Hit remove, sorry. Maybe that's it. Alright, buddy. Figure it out. That's not how it's supposed to look. Okay, that's not how it's supposed to look either. What happens to TV when the boomers stop breathing? It just comes to, YouTube. Alright, we're just gonna pretend that doesn't- Oh, there we go. We kind of fixed it. We'll take it. Not perfect, but nobody's gonna zoom in to see that. Not bad. It's already kind of going to YouTube. Man, this camera's so freaking good. I love it. That is a nice keychain charm, KO. So where's the Neko KO charm and the Uma one? Oh my god. I barely even have the Fox ones out. Barely. On being angry at work, one time our clock at work was already interesting because it would only take your fingerprints half the time. One day it kept messing up to the point I was going to be late. That's stressful. And I gave it a whack to try to get it to behave. I wound up breaking the clock. That's fair. Funny enough, fixing aircraft, if you just smack the shit out of it, like, there is like a 30% chance it works. So that was a fair, attempt at fixing it. We'll get you. We gotta fix this. Yeehaw. Nice and beautiful. Someone say aircraft? Me? I did. I used to work on aircraft in the military. Hi, I had time. I came to see it. Surprised I can understand the meaning of Oshi. That's awesome, Sho. How are you doing today? I don't know if you can understand me now, but I'm editing photos. I don't know if Sho can understand me. Sho is Japanese, you guys. I love Sho. Sho ga daisuki. Hello, I'm new. Hello, Gioli. How are you doing? That's my specific flavor of autism. I used to work on the PA aircraft. Do you know what aircraft that is? It's a militarized and weaponized Boeing 737 TAC 800 series with 900 wingtips, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you. Oh. Boss, the missile's not starting after the burner. KO walks over and smacks it. Exactly. Exactly. I just grew up and around this stuff. I see, I see. So you're like you're the aircraft fan. I see. I made an anime daughter into an aircraft. I'd bring her up, but I'm kind of lazy right now, I'm not gonna lie. So I turned my aircraft I used to work on into an anime girl. There we go. I'm so depressed, missed this vibes. Why are you depressed? It's not good to be depressed. I was born in LA, moved to Naperville. What the hell is a Naperville? When I was 3 and then proceeded to live next to Particle Accelerator. Oh god. I don't know if I'd like that. I'm always afraid those things are gonna like leak radiation or something. Alright, I love how- why is the canvas all the way over here? Come on. Figure it out. Whoops. Let me just eat more of my poisonous MREs? Apparently that's a thing we were eating in the military. It was poisonous? I never ate an MRE in the military. It was all the chow hall, baby. The luxury deluxe. The unlimited buffet. We all know KO was fixing some F4s back in Nam. Exactly. Exactly. Also, tetriol, lead, and the blue dye in Abigus. That shit's not fun. I don't know what any of those words mean. I'm not gonna lie. Oh god. This is getting tedious. Oh no! It's already 6? I was gonna go out on a walk. At 5 I was gonna go on a walk. I didn't realize it's so late. Good god. Did I even finish my chocolate? It was nice when it was available. Aviation gasoline. JP8 I think is what we used. Yeah, it's mad late. What the? At least I got some work done. Alright, let's see what else. Just need a flashlight. Like, damn, KO's been cooking on stream. How long have I been streaming for? Oh, only 3 hours. Not too bad. Excuse me. Ooh. I don't like that. Okay, we're still back. Laughs at 9 PM EST. Alright, chat, name your favorite 3 fighter jets. I think, what is it, the F-40... 44? It's whichever one... The Harrier. The Harrier is my favorite. I like that guy. It has a very unique design. Only 3 hours or so. 3 more to go. What the? Why is that? I can definitely stream this more often because, like, I you know, I have so many fucking photos to edit. Because that's the thing, because again, like, I have to work. That's the problem. So if I can work on stream. Yeehaw. Okay, moving down. Yeehaw. The Harrier is hella based. Very pretty aircraft. I guess I could walk my treadmill. Maybe. Remind me which jet was the Tomcat? I don't remember. That's an old one though, I think, right? We are almost done this one. Alright, I think this is pretty good. Let me fix right here. And then right here, and then right here, and then right here. Alright, this one's good. F14. Hope the rest of your day goes well, Katsozia. See you later, Captain Iron Mask. F4E Phantom 2. Oh yeah. Oh god. I wanted to at least do chocolate. Looks like chocolate has a lot of issues. Let me see. I will say I gotta take care of my health, technically. I do want to stream more, but I need to go for a walk. I gotta exercise. I gotta do something. I can get back at it. I think I'm gonna call this a stream. That was fun, all things considered. I don't think it wasn't really fun, but I felt productive. And that's the thing really first, important to me. Take care of your health. Exactly. Exactly. I have future cosplays I gotta tend to, you know what I mean? Man, she looks so messy. When you don't have them edited, they look so messy. Oh god. Maybe, I don't know when the next time I'll stream. Maybe tomorrow? I do need to work some on my model. So maybe I'll do that or something. Yes, cosplays! I know, Tasato is typing as we speak. He's seething and typing as we speak. But anyway, you guys, I think this was a great thing to stream, maybe. Maybe. Either way, I enjoyed it. I will see you guys later. I may or may not be in the Discord, I'm not sure. But either way, I'll see you guys later. Toodaloo!